What's going on, Need to Know family? We had a loaded episode today. I know we got a lot of new listeners, so thank y'all for being with us. You will not be disappointed in this episode in particular. But before we get to the episode, just know you can catch all of our new exclusive content over on Patreon.
That's right. That's right. Please catch us on Patreon. Listen, we are the Patreon stars right now. You might have seen us. You might have seen us on Instagram. You might have seen us on TikTok. You might have seen us on Twitter. That ARBYS clip that did a lot of viralness, thank God. That was originally a Patreon clip. So please go sign up for Patreon. I promise y'all, it's just a little different. We giving it up over there.
Yeah, that's really like the quality of content that we put on Patreon all the time.
Absolutely.
So might as well sign up.
That's true. And you know what's crazy is, speaking of quality, come to the HMDstudio.com if you want anything recorded.
That was corny.
That was not corny.
I'm sorry.
I got you, because SaVon's transitions be like, you be like talking about like your health journey, like, oh, I had a smoothie, and then SaVon be like, speaking of smoothies, if you want sea moss to put in that, like,
speaking of,
stop it.
My transitions don't have speaking of or anything. If you want this quality, if you want recording as far as the studio is concerned, if you're looking for a space for your event, if you're looking for a space for your album release, if you're looking for a creative space that you can express yourself and just rent for yourself, even podcast needs, go to thehmdstudio.com for your next thing.
Yes, and all of that information is in the description below. We make it extremely easy for you. In this episode today, we talked about Kendrick. We shouted out to the people that are graduating, going to school.
Yeah.
What else we talk about? Us.
Pooping.
Oh, we also introduced the Rock Boys.
Jean Jacket Boys.
Jean Jacket
No,
boys.
y'all
That's
are
our
Rock
shit.
Boys.
Every time we
Yeah,
Jean Jacket boys.
Y'all the meat boys.
Yeah.
Low key the
hey,
meaties.
yo.
Y'all the meaties, man. Y'all
They
niggas
have
bring
the
the meats.
meats.
Y'all really did attract all the meats, though.
If y'all really want to talk
You
about
saw
it.
them all, right?
But how you
I'm
feel
gonna let him
about
get that
yourself?
shit off today.
But how you feel about yourself, though?
Nah, look.
You
Attracting the meats?
But you made meats hot.
Did I?
Yo, you're just fucking,
That's
the
what
way
we
you
did.
write is so nasty.
Nice one. But anyway, please enjoy this episode. It is the Need to Know podcast. It is what you need to know when you need to know. You will now listen now. 3, 2, 1.
He said, I
started
fucked
singing.
up.
Oh, he fucked up. I fucked up. You want me to go?
How I fucked
Want me to
up?
go?
I talked?
Yes, I talked. Yeah, you.
Let me
You
go.
want me to go? Devon.
Devon was like, I fucked up? Are you sure?
Me?
It's no way. I'm an athlete, bro.
I'm an athlete.
Like, what are you
Yo,
talking
niggas
about, man?
For the
Like, I'm an
I'm glad
athlete,
they
bro.
Mike
You think I can
Kev-
make a mistake?
Mike Kevin smoked me the whole week. Like, yo, Dev is an athlete. Niggas ain't know. Like, yo, that nigga's an athlete.
So now that like we're a week removed from you being an athlete, from you being like viral and famous and making national news.
Yeah, it was
like,
you two. It was not me and SaVon.
Can we
That was
revisit? Can we just revisit you being an athlete? How do you feel about that today?
why are we going
like,
to come
Nah.
back?
Because
No,
you
real
felt
quick.
the need to tell us just mid-episode when we was talking
Nah.
about, like, death or something.
Can I tell you how much has been on my mind?
We was like, yo, it's mad shit going on in the world. He was like, yeah. Luckily, I'm an athlete. You start looking around like, oh, all right.
What I meant to say is anybody that did like a lot of physical activity when in their youth or just in general, they tend to have a more efficient heart. And that was it. That's what I should have said.
You keeping a lot of dreams alive, because there's a lot of people that's like old and washed and can't do shit, but they was like, yo, I really used to kill. I used to give niggas 30 back in high school, bro, and they still, like they listen and believe in you. You gotta be real careful
Oh my
with
God,
what
you know
you
what's
say,
crazy?
bro.
When like
You're
older
not an
men,
athlete.
they still have like their highlight tape in their bio and
Let it
shit
go.
from like high school. Like the huddle link or
That's
whatever it's called.
Let it go. Yes,
Crazy.
the huddle
Please
link.
take that out.
Reggie, that out.
Like,
Talk to them
let
some
it go,
more.
let it go, let it go.
The high
You
school.
Just let it go,
You
let it
shouldn't
go, let
have
it go.
a highlight tape unless you really projected to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Or unless you're still in like high school and college, like you're really, yeah.
like imagine like a role player's high school highlight tape. Like he just getting mad rebounds and setting picks.
5, 2, and 1.
If I see a pick
nigga averaging
in your
5
highlight,
points.
like you said a pick,
That's
it's
what
crazy.
niggas is doing, bro.
That's crazy.
Nah,
that ass.
They gonna
Niggas playing
they gonna
defense?
catch you shooting a free throw.
A free throw in your highlight reel is nasty.
Yo, get that out of your fucking bio,
Ladies,
No,
man.
if
'cause
you see that nigga highlight reel and he's shooting a free throw in the highlight, that's not the nigga.
Yo, because the funny part is you guys can continue a career in your sport. I see this shit all the time where it's like, you
Yeah.
don't gotta go be a coach. Go, you know what I'm saying?
Go be
Go be
a
a part of a
trainer.
league.
Go be a trainer, something like that.
Be a trainer, yeah.
A water
Overseas.
boy. A water boy. They pay really
Now
well.
you disrespectful.
No,
Okay.
water boys
They
pay.
do.
They
I can't tell if he's
get about
joking or not.
$50,000 a year.
He's right.
The equipment
Oh,
manager?
shit.
Yeah, some of them.
Hey,
Can
not
I say-
even. not even just the manager, the person who's like wiping sweat on the NBA floor, or somebody like squirting water in somebody's mouth, you get paid for that.
Yo, you going
like he's
great
joking.
because he's being funny. He's like, I'm trying, but the nigga keep playing.
It's the NBA season. Y'all don't be seeing the niggas getting squirted in their mouth.
That's 80K right there.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's 80K to
These
squirt in the mouth.
are they like men who do that?
Yeah. Yes. Holy shit, Reggie.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
Are they men?
I was just curious.
They are men.
No, nothing wrong with
Listen,
that. I just didn't know this was like a
If you
thing.
pay me
that's okay.
$80,000 to spray Gatorade in LeBron James' mouth,
That sounds pretty nice.
Would you do it though?
you better send me that
How do you
contract.
get that
Yo, you was
job?
connecting with LeBron too.
That's fire.
You are.
That was random. That was random.
And for those of you
Shout
that
out
don't
LeBron.
know, LeBron was doing Q&As on Twitter.
Right.
Our good resident artist, Devon Terrell, asked him a question. Devon, what'd you ask him, man?
I said, "Hey, cuz, why you don't got a rec? Why you don't sign no artist?" He said, "Because."
And he responded.
What did he say? What did he say to me?
He forgot you were so
I was
astonished.
so
Look,
fucking thrown.
was so
Somebody
astonished.
called me and told me.
He said he was
you
too
told
rich.
me.
He said he was too rich for that shit.
Basically,
Say, you niggas,
He said-
y'all niggas ain't worth it.
he said, "I don't have a label. I just have a good ear for music." And I didn't know that he responded until I called her for something else. And she said, "Yo, you talking to LeBron?" I said, "What?" I forgot I even tweeted at the nigga. And I was like, he responded. I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Oh, that's fire." The nigga responded.
I ain't gonna lie. I was
dope.
gonna
Shout out
gonna
LeBron.
ask him a question, but I was like, I don't want to be on Dev's dick.
Oh my god,
I was
that's
like,
not
I can't
a
even
thing.
hit. I can't even hit LeBron
Yo,
now.
look how men-
Because if he hit me now, I'm like taking my man shine.
Look how
like,
men think.
I ain't even gonna hit LeBron.
Deb did that. Deb been there, so I can't even like.
I can't
be
even
there.
ask LeBron a question.
I was gonna
because my
ask him
boy
about
did
his
it.
horoscope because he's a Capricorn.
That's a
So I was
nasty.
gonna be like, "Hey, yo, Bron, how it feel to be one of the goats of all the goats?" You feel me? And then I was gonna give him his birth date, like he ain't know his birthday. And I'll be like, "Yo, we're twins."
SaVon was about to ask him for his birth chart.
Not the astrology
You gonna bag this nigga?
related
He gonna bag this thing on Twitter.
So you gonna
You got a
use?
You think
wife.
you me?
I am.
You think you me?
Like, what y'all thought? You thought I was going for the little fish?
Yo, you really
Nah,
tried to
because you
bag
know what
LeBron.
happened? Nah, SaVon, he been wanting to tweet LeBron. He saw you was hitting. He's like, oh, it's hitting right now. He didn't know what to do.
No, it would be even worse if you tried and LeBron didn't reply to you. He only replied to Dev.
Yeah, it
Like,
was
that
too
would've
much
been-
risk,
Damn.
not enough reward. Because the
Yes.
reward would have been I was dick riding my man. So it's like, nah, I can't
Why
do
you
that.
gotta be dick riding?
Nah, because you know
That's how men
man.
are. Because
Why
that's
you
how men
like
are.
that, though?
Men are like that. We like that.
I am like that.
Yeah, man. See? Niggas say, "Oh, Debbie, I can't go there now."
Yeah.
You can go there. You can ask. You can ask him a question.
I'm not gonna lie, there's a few things I was gonna do this week,
Uh-huh.
but I thought about all of y'all and I said, nah, let me not do that.
What you mean?
Why?
So the first thing, well, the last thing,
Oh
but
my
the first thing on
goodness.
my brain was the LeBron thing, right?
Okay.
With you and LeBron.
Okay.
And then let's actually, you know what?
Yeah.
We're gonna take y'all through a story backwards. All right.
Okay.
So from the most
like this.
recent events
I like this.
to like let's do with that.
Okay.
Mhm.
You, LeBron James, right?
Right.
Before you was Reggie
Yes.
appearing on the Shade Room.
That's right.
Holy
Yes.
shit.
And so
Yeah, that threw me off
Bro.
OD.
I'm like, wait, what is
was
happening
a
with the
joke.
I had,
energy of the pod?
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't. Do they have my tweet notifications on or something? Because
I
every
think-
time I'm not. I've tweeted less. Some people don't think so because I still do tweet often. But whenever I have like a very opinionated tweet, it gets like a bunch of. If it gets like more than like 800 faves or something like that, the Shade Room always reposts
They
me.
do. They do.
Like they reposted me. Like a Boosie related tweet,
Right.
Lori Harvey related tweet. I don't know why.
that's just
I
my
don't know.
mother's
I don't
prayer
like
working.
it though. I don't like it though because people will get very,
Very-
mean, and I don't
yeah.
welcome any of that energy.
I get it.
So, and my initial tweet was just, I just wanted to look out for the health of women.
Right.
That was what it was rooted in. It was not like a mean tweet. So,
Right.
What was the topic, just for those who don't know? Like
it was
what
Lori Harvey dropping what she did for her weight loss journey. And that wasn't attacking her. I was like, that's great. It worked for her.
Right.
But I was like, hey guys, just
Highlighting
generally
something.
speaking, 1,200 calories is not enough for a woman who's working out 2 times a day. It's just not. And not enough to nourish your body. It's really not. We have to have a healthy relationship with food, nourishing your body.
1,500?
No, 1,200.
That's a.
That's not.
crazy.
That is. I stand on it.
That's
Even
a
if you're a
wild
very
one.
petite
Breakfast.
woman, that is just simply not enough. We could get a nutritionist on this podcast and talk about it if you
Yeah,
guys want to
yeah.
argue. Because I'm very passionate about this. Because losing weight for a woman is already hard enough. But that's why I felt the need to say something. And then the Shade Room posted me, and then I went private immediately.
Yeah, I
I was
seen
like,
that.
no, like, because people on the internet, they'll probably. Like get pictures of my body and compare it to Lori Harvey.
Yeah,
Like
that was
my
smart.
mind immediately went to
That
that.
was smart.
So I was like,
Damn,
no,
you thought about that.
no,
word.
negative. Because
Wow.
people really will
Of
just
course.
be
Yeah, they mean
so
as fuck.
mean.
I see
Yeah,
that
yeah,
on
yeah.
Twitter. They go,
That was
this you?
smart.
especially like the Shade Room, right? Like the name of it is
that
called
type
Shade
of
Room. A little bit of
energy.
shade.
And I think
Shade.
that the unfortunate thing is like when you are posted on platforms like the Shade Room, what you do is you get a lot of people in passing that are not
Don't know
there.
who I am,
Right.
like,
Don't know who
yeah.
you are. Don't care who you are. Don't think about nuance. They're literally just there for a joke and a fun time. So it's like, okay, how can I join this like gang of thing? You know what I mean? So I understand. That was really fucking smart. I never even realized that's why you did it. Because people would dip on your page and just start going
I was like,
crazy
nope.
for no reason. That was really smart.
The other thing is you have a blue check. So people are like, oh, wait, she has a blue check. Who is this girl?
is
And
this
then they go
girl?
look into it, and then they
yes,
say whatever
that's
they
true.
got to say.
Yeah.
Then hopefully they tune into this podcast, and Reggie can check your ass, because we do not welcome none of that over here. You heard?
Zero.
That's a fact.
Nah, none of that.
That's offending.
So that was the second thing.
Okay.
And then obviously, it's only right that we start with my guys, man. I'm so fucking proud. I'm so honored to do this podcast
yes.
with you two gentlemen.
We're in the presence of royalty,
Oh
SaVon.
my
Dad,
God.
I see you over there, player. You looking good over there, player.
You looking amazing, man. Your legs out.
Your legs out,
Yeah,
shining.
shining.
You look like new money over there.
Oh, you look like new money over there.
Thank you.
We went viral!
Jean jacket boys.
Yo, look, y'all.
Nah, y'all
Yo.
smoked that, yo. I don't even. Yo, Drew, cut my mic. Yo, cut my shit.
They
I
don't need
wanna
us
talk.
anymore.
They don't even need me, bro.
Our job here is done.
Shout out to
SaVon.
y'all, man.
See
Shout
what
out to
happened?
us.
See what happened when you stay home?
That's crazy.
Yo, that was funny. Nigga said, yo, that stay at home shit y'all did? That shit good.
That shit kind of hit.
That shit hit.
It's like,
Yo, Reggie, what's good with these niggas, yo? Like, I know normally we not on the same page, but nah,
they
fuck
can
these
go
niggas
off.
right
They really did that. So
Look, we in town.
Just
He
playing.
giving us
He's
flowers
kidding.
and we...
Nah,
we
he the one
bad.
who said that. He
Oh,
jokingly
he
said,
did
like,
say
yo, that
that,
stay at
right?
home shit? That shit hit.
Reggie, get SaVon.
Yeah.
He said that.
I ain't say that.
You did.
Y'all just
Nah, it was you.
Nah, we gotta start being men. Stand on what you say.
Nah, yo, shout out to y'all, man. Like, this is crazy.
Good moment.
A lot of y'all, I know a lot of people are new to this podcast because of that clip. So I want to welcome y'all to the Need to Know podcast, to the Need to Know family. I was not present in that clip that y'all saw. So y'all
I was stuck on a
probably like,
bridge.
who the fuck is this nigga talking? Like, I want the bearded up luscious guy.
no.
Like, they came here for you.
No.
And they came here for
No,
Devon
yeah, that
Terrell.
is true. We got a
Like,
bunch of new supporters. What
For
if they
sure.
really think it's like the Dev and Alex show?
That's fucked up.
Dev, shut up.
Wait, hold
You
on.
right.
Every time Devin
They'll be like,
Alex
who
talk,
is this bitch talking?
every
Like,
time they talk, this it.
Who is this girl?
Yo, Alex, say something.
I'm staying quiet.
it's the Dev
I'm
and
staying
Alex
quiet.
show.
You need to, I'm glad you introduced the pod and everything now. Real talk.
Every time you talk, the music going up. That's it.
What you said? You said, oh, okay. He's about to start. I was testing it.
It was good. It was fun. So what happened? So what happened was, Alex and I showed up to the podcast as usual, as we do regular day.
How we do?
We get the first. SaVon kind of hinted, "Hey, I'm gonna be running late to the pod."
Absolutely.
We said, "Okay, cool." Usually we'll hold it down before he comes and stuff like that. More time starts to pass. We're getting closer to us time to shoot. And SaVon then tells us, hey, I'm just not going to be able to make it at all. We're like, damn, bro, all good. We'll hold it down. Then Reggie texts us in the group chat and says, hey, y'all, I'm stuck. I'm fucked up in the game also. So me and Alex looked at each other like, are they fucking serious? Because like we're always here.
Yeah, they was mad.
You know what I
They
mean?
was
Like
hating.
we was heated. We was so mad. So Reggie is like, fuck this shit. I'm not, like I just can't make it. And it is what it is.
This
SaVon
is not
too.
what happened.
Just left us for what it was.
Left us for dead.
So
I was
then-
working for the man, guys.
He was working for the man.
I was
Honestly,
working for the man, yo.
greatest. They really had some real trouble and stuff like that. So me and Alex, so he's like, yo, just do something. So me and Alex really, we was sitting here like, yo, all right, we about to dip.
Yeah.
Pierre was here. We was like, all right, let's do something.
Yeah.
So then we landed on, yo, you know what? We've been meaning to have ARBYS, like we promised everyone on the podcast.
Which is something I can't lie to you for the new listeners here. Reggie did originally bring this up.
That's true.
This is Reggie's. What was this, a conspiracy?
Yo, y'all was
theory, I
in the
guess?
clip.
Yes.
No, it didn't. It
He
only showed
wasn't.
my voice. It
Yeah.
didn't show
Right,
my
yeah,
face.
yeah.
Right.
I missed out on my.
But I
15
knew
seconds
I
of
was
fame.
there, though.
In spirit?
Like,
You were
niggas
there.
that seen it, they ain't know
Where
me.
you was at?
But I was there.
Where you was
though.
at?
Who this nigga? I was like, hi guys. And then I started interacting with niggas like I was in the clip. Like, yo, it's up. It's me and my niggas is viral. It's much.
Not gonna lie, I was a little salty, but then I was like, I have to remember, it's 4 of us on the podcast. I just want it for our pod. Our pod is succeeding. It's okay.
Absolutely.
That was
And
fun.
honestly, though, who would have known ARBYS would have been? I'm learning this about life. It is the most random things that people really stick with.
True.
You just never know.
You just never
You
know.
have no idea. And I want to say the funny thing is, like, we probably wouldn't have done that piece of content had all 4 of us been here.
Oh yeah, no, that's the point.
And so
some-
that's like, I don't think the listeners kind of, picked up on that. It's like, yo, had things gone as business as usual with the 4 of us being here on time and doing what we do, Arby's wouldn't have been a play. It wouldn't have been a move. It wouldn't have been something we even thought to do.
Nope. We would have that, and we had that in a gun in a tuck. Like, oh, what are we gonna do? Let's do something, but we wanted to do something. We thought we was overthinking that. Like, we was like, yo, just sit down and just order this shit.
The funny thing is, if one of us would have came, I don't think we still would have done that because it was an inside joke between the two of y'all.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So the fact that moment happened the way that it did, so organic,
Divine.
like for anybody who's creating and you keep thinking like, yo, when is my time coming?
You
When is
just
my
need
time?
that one-
You just need one moment, and we still got a lot of work to do. Do not get it twisted.
Sure.
But for that to happen in that way, national news,
Yeah,
we
that was
were
crazy.
trending
How that shit
nationally
was- when
for about
blogs-
48 hours.
That was
And
crazy.
people went out to go eat Arby's because of us.
That's
like
a
I
fact.
swear, I don't think we're gassing it. I think we
I don't think
really
we are.
made real life impact. Like people went out to go eat Arby's.
That's a fact. All my friends, I had all my hood friends like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. Like
I
this
tried
weekend, I'm
it,
gonna try to
like,
go.
yeah.
I'm actually gonna try this shit this
and
weekend.
I think it just shows like, people may look at this viral moment and be like, okay, whatever, Arby's. But I think it just shows like what we are capable of. We really like trended. We had a moment, we had a funny moment that turned into something.
Yeah. Right.
So that raised money for a company.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That really changed for them. Yeah.
And I appreciate
all the people,
everyone joining it. I appreciate our fanship was
Absolutely.
so
It was
happy
strong.
for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah,
Like
they were like,
strong.
congrats.
yeah, it was like, yes, y'all
Yes.
not. I love to see like, yo, I've been on this. Like I
I
love
saw-
to see
yeah,
those.
I was about to say that.
So
Y'all
I
just got
appreciate
here.
them. Yeah,
They were like, I've been watching like Need to Know for like 2 years. I saw those.
Yeah, I did too.
Those
And,
comments.
and salute to the fans that were tagging Arby's and just making it.
Yeah.
Oh, keep doing that too, by the way.
Keep doing
Keep doing that.
Keep running it.
Let
I
them
love
feel
that.
our presence.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
Thank
Arby's,
y'all.
this is where you need to be. Like,
Thank
bring the meats to the meats. Like,
yo.
to us. Y'all was the meats boys.
We're
Y'all
not
went
the
from the
Meats
Rock
Boys.
Boys to the
You're
Meats
gonna
Boys.
let him, like,
Nah, y'all
Meats
niggas really
Boys.
did the
SaVon.
meats, though.
You're gonna
Meats
just let him
Boys?
call you
SaVon.
that?
The Meats Boys.
How'd that
though?
taste?
How did
yo,
bro?
SaVon.
What's up with him,
When I tell you-
bro?
when I tell you-
2.5 million people watch y'all
Yo,
eat meat.
yo.
I'm not making it up.
What I
What's
told you about
up
coming
with-
into the podcast.
What's up with?
He looked
Yo.
right into Alex's eyes and be like, yo, how that taste, bro?
Yo, didn't I tell you stay your ass home?
SaVon.
Because, bro, one of my favorite moments of the last week was just seeing Alex's face oh, God.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh nah.
That was good.
Like, you really convinced me
That
off
was
of
good.
cheese to get the meats.
That was good.
I never and for all of the perfect slogans in the world, God allowed me to get something to play around with some meats and shit. Like,
Nah.
we have the meats being their slogan. It's so fire. It's like,
Can't wait to play with the meats.
I can't wait to play around with the slogan.
Nah,
like,
gangster.
Arby's, do the right thing. We really do like Arby's, and I'll be honest.
Yeah. I
because
did.
We don't
I
have,
enjoy it.
We didn't like lock in the deal or anything, so I could say this. Like, I
What?
still haven't tried Arby's.
Oh, you should try it.
So
we gonna
if
change your
something
life.
happens, I would love to like do that on camera
We
for
should
the
do
first
that.
time for me. Like,
Okay,
I'm a virgin to the meat still.
Okay, all right.
So I
and
gotta
this boy
take-
just keeps
Nah, 'cause they
shooting.
got him.
They got the meats.
What happened, Pete? They said they got him.
Look it up.
My boy is
we-
writing
we
right
gonna
now.
go get him.
He's freestyling. He's
gonna
killing
go
this shit.
Just
We're
letting
gonna
you
get the
know,
rest of the
bro.
meats.
Just
You'll
the tip
get
of the
your meat.
iceberg.
Nah, because we only
you
tried
know.
some of the meats, right?
Just it's mad.
Just
at
the
him.
tip.
He got what? See,
Oh, wait. I didn't realize.
Reggie's going
No,
crazy.
because
See, Reggie's going crazy.
no, because no.
This has been the Need
you know
to
how
Know
he's going
podcast.
on?
Let's
end it
I'll-
early
my,
today.
my
I know.
reasoning is it's just the tip of the iceberg,
I
but then I
know.
forgot to say iceberg, and then I just said
You forgot the iceberg part?
Yeah, I
All right,
know.
bet. Well, you'll get your meat.
Yeah, well,
Reggie will, the whatever with the tip. I don't know what she's talking
I'm in a
about.
relationship.
But
I can't.
that's fine. I'm in a relationship.
I will say this though, man. On a sort of serious level, I ain't never had a mozzarella stick like that though.
Yeah, facts. No
I
cap.
saw.
I'm
No
gonna keep it
cap.
100
I
with you,
saw,
man.
man.
No cap.
I'm a connoisseur. I'm a foodie. A lot of spots don't be cheesing like that.
That's a fact. Yeah, it was actually really good. Like, no bullshit. We weren't lying. Like, at that moment, we didn't do that to make that moment. You
No,
know what I'm saying? We didn't
That
think
wasn't
that
the
would
The
intention.
happen.
funny
Yeah.
thing is,
Yeah.
to give y'all a little bit more insight, like that clip was predicated towards our Patreon community, which we have about 200 people. That clip was only centered to
Yeah.
a small amount. It wasn't even out to y'all niggas that's listening.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Because
It wasn't
unless
supposed
you're
to.
on our Patreon,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have really received that content. So the fact that that was like a micro content kind of thing,
Yeah.
and then it
And then
blew
the
up to the
clip
way
went
that it
crazy.
did,
Right.
you just never know. You can't predict it. Keep doing whatever you're doing.
Facts.
If you got a dream, like, and I feel like I just want a Grammy, but and I wasn't even on the clip.
did.
Come
on.
We got 2.5
Hey,
M's, my
come
nigga.
on.
Hold up. I'm with who?
Come on.
I'm with the
because
Rock Boys.
let's talk because now. Oh yeah, these my song. These my song.
Pick a show, pick a meat, nigga.
Pick one.
A roast
Yo,
beef,
Nah.
a chicken.
SaVon.
What y'all niggas? The fish sandwich. You heard? Listen to Hov.
You heard him. Look.
To you,
You never licked it
Jay-Z,
before.
for
You never
this.
licked at Arby's before.
Come
Look.
on, man.
To you,
Hey,
Jay-Z,
They never
for
licked
this
it.
is insane.
That's Hov's lyrics. He said pick shit. I was picking shit.
I know.
I just
And you
did
know
the
what?
whole
Too was
picking.
a dope moment. Like, it's a whole ball for everything. A dope moment too was just like, you know, at least if you're a content creator, y'all know how it is to just try to put your stuff out and see if it picks up.
Yeah.
For it to pick up on all 3 of the social media networks,
Bro.
Yeah.
The trifecta.
The
We're on
trifecta.
500,000
Love
on
it.
TikTok. What, like
2.5
10
million.
million on TikTok. I mean Twitter.
Yeah, about
Yeah, that was crazy.
Almost 5 million combined with our clip that we posted, and
That's
then
crazy.
somebody who picked up on it, they posted their clip.
Yeah.
those clips combined got about almost 5 million.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Shout out
Shade Room
to-
has
shout out
like
to-
28 million
Yeah.
And
followers.
then the Shade Room.
Holy shit.
Shade Room
28
posted
million
it.
Shade Room.
Yeah, that
Word.
was really big.
Yeah.
Rick Ross had comments. Yeah, I said, and I said, because I wasn't paying it too much attention. Because when Reggie came in the chat and was like, "Holy shit, yo, this is really popping on TikTok. It's starting to buzz." And I was like, "Oh, fire, dope." I was like, "Oh, cool. Let's get this TikTok shit going." And then my uncle hit me. It was like something about Arby's, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" I was like,
What's my uncle hit
What's
me?
happening?" And then that's when y'all was like, "Yo, this shit is trending." And I was like, "What is happening?"
Not us being a household name.
Yeah.
Nah, I got a lot of random text messages after that little
Oh,
Shade Room
yeah?
post. I'll leave that right there.
Just random.
Random. Like damn. Last text message was 2017.
Yo, don't that fuck you up when you see that? You be like, yo, the last time we spoke was 5 years ago?
You must experience that a lot because you went viral a bunch of times. So for people to see you and hit you up after years,
Yeah.
isn't it like, ugh?
How is that? Like, are people identifying you as a podcaster now? Yeah. Do people identify you with podcasting and music stuff?
I don't know.
Well,
I
they're
don't,
better.
To be honest, I don't know how people perceive me as
Sure.
of today.
Sure.
You know, because I feel like I'm doing so many different things that I don't know how
He's a
people perceive me. But
Renaissance
I feel like that's always been me. I've always been a brand, right? I've always just been Devon Terrell. It's always been my
Like your
personality.
likeness.
Yes,
Yeah.
my likeness. So it doesn't. I don't even
Absolutely.
think about it because it's like, yo, y'all know me. Like my personality has always been in the forefront
I
of
love
anything.
that.
So I'm cool, man. I like being known for other shit too.
Mad
Like,
shit,
yeah, like this is fire, bro. Like I seen a lot of shout out to people that didn't know I was even on the podcast, and then I seen them. I was telling SaVon about that. Like they was like, "Oh, I didn't know Devon Terrell was
Is
on
that
the
Devon
podcast."
Terrell?
Yeah, I was like, "Fire, that's fucking dope." So I
Is that Help Me Devon?
that too. Like even for my tutorial shit that I do, like niggas, it was amazing. Yeah, that was amazing. So thank you.
Shout out to you.
And then there are
Everybody
moments
listening.
where, as content creators, you will do something so funny, and you're like, guys, this one's gonna go viral, and
Oh,
it
it
doesn't.
doesn't.
And then
But
that
shit
shit
like this goes viral, like
Mad random.
just be organic.
Shit
Just
like
be-
this when you're not even
just be
on your
genuine.
pod go viral. Yeah,
Yo, you still here?
Hey, when you're not even on your shit, right, Reggie?
That was funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, that shit
It took me hours to go. Oh, Reggie and SaVon.
Yo, nah, it took me mad long to
When the
realize
Shade
that.
Room posted, I was like,
I was like, damn, it's just me and me.
Alex.
Hey, lobby boys.
Jean jacket boys.
Jean jacket boys. That's our click. Yo, fuck you.
It's the jean jackets.
Nah, man, that shit was
It was amazing, man.
So, I mean, God
dope.
works in mysterious ways.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
That's
in
right.
within the next few months, we're gonna go viral.
That's
We're
right.
on
Yeah.
The earth signs.
You
Yes.
want to know the funny thing?
We're
So
never gonna not come in though.
We're battling. In fact, I'm gonna be here. I'm here now, buddy. Bucko. If I hear two of y'all say
you
I can't
stop.
make it, I'm like, oh nah, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay, but I know
My
Dev
brother.
said the story in the beginning.
Yeah.
He was fabricating it.
I was.
I did have perfect attendance up until that day. So the one day
imagine-
the one day I don't
Yeah, nah,
come
that's-
in
no,
is
that's
the day we
crazy.
go
That is
mega
crazy,
viral.
right?
Like
Isn't that
I
crazy?
really that just hit me right now.
Yeah.
nah, yo.
I've never missed an episode
Nah,
besides
yo,
that
why
day.
you?
Why you said that out loud though? Because it sound crazy out
It
loud.
does sound
I was
crazy.
at home. I clocked out of work. I said, "Damn, them niggas got a pod." I was like, "Shit." I kicked my feet up. I said, "Oh, them niggas eat Arby's, huh?"
Oh, that's what they did today?
Ordered
I was like, "Oh, them niggas had to do that."
That's what he was.
Yo, hey, make sure you send me the audio, bro. I'ma upload it tonight, all right, bro?
Yo, because
That's all I
when we
need.
pod, we're in the studio until like 9. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, they're really
yeah.
still there right
But
now.
bro, to say, yo, them niggas got a pod, bro.
Like, damn.
They always like, oh,
Hilarious.
y'all went and got Arby's today. Oh yeah, y'all bored, huh?
And now look what it
fucked up.
turned into.
Word.
That's
Shout out
fire.
to y'all, man.
Shout
Y'all
out to
niggas
y'all.
smoke that.
Thank you.
Word. And the crazy
All
thing
for the
is,
team.
Yeah.
so a lot of people who've been following us for a minute, they
Yeah.
realize like we have these moments throughout the year
Yeah.
where we just kind of captivate and create social commentary on this podcast, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't get the credit for it, and that's cool. You know, that's part of being a content creator. But this time, the fact that everybody from the Jon Stewarts of the world, like John
That's
fucking
crazy.
Stewart, the
Posted
fact that
us,
it
yeah.
even reached his world is
Right.
kind of crazy to me.
Right.
Jamel Hill, Ebro,
Jamel Hill,
so many
Ebro.
people who just seen it and
Right.
commented on it.
Rick
Like
Ross.
we created social commentary. So I thought that was really dope.
Yeah.
Somebody had asked me like, yo, man, do you think this compares to like the time Kim Kardashian mentioned you, bro?
Right.
And at first, and they asked me this
Right.
when our clip was about
I thought about that.
250,000.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So I was like, you know, I don't care. It all goes into the same pot.
place, right.
It goes into the same exact pot. It
Right.
doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
So yeah, I think.
And you want to know what it is to add to what you're saying,
Yeah.
SaVon? You know, we're not that we're speaking as vain people. You know, again, if you're a content creator or you do this for a livelihood, you just realize how important it is to kind of create these moments for
Right.
the growth
Right.
of your content, etc. So,
Right.
you know, if you guys are hearing this, like, yo, first world like issues, or maybe like, nah, it's dope to kind of see the fruits of your labor.
It is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
us being like, if you caught that viral moment like over the weekend or something, it was cool, it was funny. But for us to like be on the receiving end of like, yo, look what these numbers did, like what, look what,
Yeah, that was
and
good.
everybody being like, hey, we went out because of you, and for us to read all those
Yeah.
comments, we know the weight of what we did.
Yeah.
like it was really like a big moment.
Yeah,
so.
because it makes us feel, you know, as a human being, you always want to feel like you're a part of something. You always want to feel like, you know, what you say and do in this world is, you know, meaningful, you know, in some way. So just to see everyone react to something that we've been doing for as of now, this cast, as far as a year straight, and seeing that moment is really magical, and it really helps to I'll speak for myself, really helps to make me say, I want to keep going and I want to keep this going. You know what I mean? Like it keeps my energy and my spirit up. So I just want to really, really say thank you to everyone, new and old, that is here today. Because
Absolutely.
to be honest with you guys, it's really hard as a podcast to get out of the mud. It's really tough. And I feel like you guys really, you know, just showed out for us. So I just want to say
I
thank
love
you
y'all
so
for that.
much, and we love you very much.
And to think like the impact to get people to eat Arby's.
Yo, it's insane.
Like,
Yo,
you really
it's
have
like-
to.
yeah.
Y'all need a commercial.
Yeah,
All I
we
want to
might-
do is hold the camera though. Like,
we gonna put y'all in the
We
commercial.
gotta get a
Yeah.
commercial. We gotta get something like.
We're gonna put y'all in the
And
commercial.
all
Yo,
y'all that was with
can
the
I bring
slap.
you the mozzarella stick?
Yo,
Can you bring me the? Bring in the mozzarella.
I
stick?
want to bring. All I want to do in the commercial. I don't want to talk.
just wash your
They
hands
work
first.
there. They work there, and then they bring
Wow,
Alex and me the food.
now we're the workers, SaVon.
Dev, yo, set that up.
That's crazy.
I'll call them.
We was on a little. Yeah, we're gonna.
That's right. Play my music.
Yeah, SaVon.
I feel so terrible. This is so not my personality. I just want to say, it's not my
Y'all
personality.
them niggas.
You keep walking.
It's them. You know how people say it's him? Nah,
It's
it's
them.
them.
Plural.
It's them.
This is not who we
man.
are. We're just
I'm
joking.
so fucking honored,
Joking. Yo,
dude.
love,
like,
bro.
oh my
Love
God,
y'all.
man. Like,
Yeah.
can't fucking believe I'm here right now. Like, I'm here with Devon Terrell and Alex, man.
Fuck off.
You guys are fucking amazing. Bro,
Yo.
y'all was everywhere. I went on the Shade Room. I don't even
hyped
follow
as
the
hell.
Shade
Look,
Room.
look.
Bro, I went on the Shade Room. I saw Alex's face next to big booty bikini
That's
just
a
on
fact.
the Fashion Nova
Yo, that's a
ads.
fact.
Makes
I saw
sense.
Young Thug. I just seen Alex in front, and you was like in the center of the page when I went too.
That shit was crazy.
17,000
No, crazy.
comments.
Crazy.
Social commentary.
Can you let everybody know how we when the Shade Room posted it, how we strategically said. We was in that shit and we said, need to know 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. Niggas was in the comments like, yeah!
Over here. No, but
Over here.
Dev was working. Like,
I
he
was
was replying
wildin'.
to everybody. Like, that's how you know he knows what to do when
Everywhere.
we go viral. Like, he knew.
Any comment that was getting a lot of likes, I was like, we're here.
under
We're
there.
here. We're here. We're here.
And Rick Ross was
More
just like,
strategic.
Wingstop.
Yeah.
He didn't put any
great.
effort into his comment. He was like,
great.
He just put
Wingstop.
Wingstop. I felt like he was telling him like,
OG,
yo,
let me
look
get
at
a
this.
10-piece.
Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, yo, that was that's what I in my head because he added them
Yeah.
so they would see it.
So yeah.
So that's why I was looking. I was like, oh, why did he just add them? He didn't say nothing. He just said
Wingstop.
at Wingstop.
At Wingstop.
Now,
But shout out, like, just knowing that Rick Ross saw your face.
and so my dumb ass. Can I say
SaVon,
something?
you've met Rick
That's your
Ross
man.
before.
Can I say
I was
something?
not
SaVon,
type
you've
before,
met
but
Rick
now I'm
Ross.
kinda
I did meet
jealous.
the nigga.
Yeah, hold
but
on. He met Rick Ross
I
before.
did, and he
I'm
was
like,
a
what are
great.
you
He was a
talking
a great dude.
He was a gentleman.
Right.
He was like, yeah, yo, little homie with the bathroom. I was like, hey, yo, Mr. Ross, like,
Mr. Ross.
I interviewed Rick Ross.
hey, yo, the biggest.
You did? You interviewed Rick Ross?
Yes.
Oh shit! I didn't know you interviewed Rick Ross.
Wait, you're allowed to say something.
They getting their shit off. Look,
Yeah.
they both
They
saw
getting
Rick
their
Ross. Look.
Nah, let them get their shit
Look,
off.
they
Let them
getting their shit off. My
Let them
fault.
get
Go
their
ahead.
shit off.
Now, y'all know Rick Ross, right?
Nah, I don't know that
Nah,
nigga
let him
like
get their
that.
shit off. Let him get their shit
He
off.
has no idea who I am.
What's our
He
song,
has
Reggie?
no idea. Yo, I've never heard it. You have no idea who the fuck I am, boy.
No, I'm saying I'm nobody, so he doesn't know who I am.
She was saying like you have
He
no
doesn't
idea
know
who
I
I am.
exist.
Rick Ross, man. A
What's
lot of
our
people.
song, Reggie? Like, we need a song now. I think I
What's your
like
song?
the rock.
Oh, you thought you
I
had
don't know.
it
I
queued
gotta
up.
find one. I'm gonna
Nah,
find one before the end of this podcast.
Oh shit! You interviewed Rick Ross. Wow, and
best
Skinny Rick
friend.
Ross too.
Talking about he was the first rapper to ever use stupendous.
Bring out the
Yeah. So, you know, it's just the wordplay was next level.
I was just feeling a little jealous, so I had to.
Yo, you know what I almost did? You know what that's fine. I knew this would come off as hating, so I didn't do it.
What you almost did?
Nah, you go.
What you
Come on,
almost did?
come on, come on. Let's hate.
But it sounded like some hating shit. So
Nah,
I'm
we
like, yo,
close, we close.
let me not try to like compete, because I didn't want people to think like, oh, he's trying to compete with this guy. Like,
I see what you're saying.
I was
Gotta let the moment live.
I was gonna bring back my tweet with Kim K.
That would have been the nastiest fucking thing
I was
you
gonna
could ever
resurface
do.
it. I was gonna resurface it. Like, yeah.
He was gonna retweet it.
Can I be the third rock boy?
You know how nasty that would have been, and then see Reggie posting shit like her interviews, like her
50 Cent.
Fire 50 Cent,
No,
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Rihanna one. She throw the Rihanna one
Here
up.
comes
Like,
SaVon
wow,
retweeting the clip
we
from
made it so
2018.
far.
By the way, guys.
By the way,
I applied for a blue check.
you did?
Oh, you gonna get that?
Yo, I went crazy.
Did you apply for Blue Jack?
You're damn right.
Okay, you should.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might could know somebody. I just found out yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't
If we
tell
all
them
get
the
verified, that's
secrets.
gonna be fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
The
I think that'd be
podcast
good.
is
It's time,
up.
guys.
It's
We're-
up.
It's all the way up, man.
But nah,
I'm proud of y'all,
Thank
man.
Thank y'all, man.
Proud of
Anybody who's
everybody.
new to the podcast, please make sure y'all go back. We got a ton of content for y'all.
Please do.
At the top of this podcast, we mentioned Patreon. Please make sure if you do want more content. Also, Patreon community. We love you. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you all for allowing us to borrow the episode from
Thank you.
Patreon and put it
Facts.
on YouTube.
Facts.
Yes.
Appreciate you understanding. But if you guys want more content like that, please head over to the Need to Know Podcast Patreon, where you will see Alex and Devon. We're just gonna pimp them out. They're just gonna
We're
start
whores.
eating mad shit now.
We're whores.
Because apparently y'all really liked it.
Yeah.
We gotta bring some of those, some more of those Patreon clips
Yeah.
to the thing, because there's some magical clips
We've
that we
done a
have in
lot.
that Patreon
We've
that
done
you
a lot
guys have
here.
to come to. So you make sure you join the Patreon and let us know,
Please.
what the world, what moment the world kind of needs to see also, because that Patreon shit, there's some clips in it that are magical. It really is.
And speaking of moments and magical, it's grad season, and I was before the podcast started, I was talking to the guys and girl over here, and I was just scrolling down my feed, and I was just telling the guys, I'm like, you know what? Every time I see someone around our age, because we in our mid-20s, latter 20s, etc. Just when I see people that take on the masters and they complete it and they do all these other programs after undergrad,
Right.
I'm super proud of y'all because it could never be me. Like when I say I'm so proud and happy for y'all, honestly, because I think about that constantly. I don't think I could never not go back to school.
Okay.
But just how I live right now in my 20s, I can't see myself just going back to school. So when I see people my age serious
Still
about
in
it,
school, yeah.
as if they're in their undergrad program,
Right.
I love to see that. Honestly, I just wanted to kick it off with that.
So-
Salute to y'all.
You're one of those people that say school isn't for me.
No.
Are you in that school of thought?
So I averaged a 85 average my entire academic career.
Okay.
Like
But what's that?
from
3.5?
yeah, probably like a 3.0.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
A 3.0, I
It's
think.
giving B.
Yeah, probably like a B,
I think
B
that's
plus.
3.0.
Like a BB plus. I think it was 80 through 85.
85 was 3.2?
Yeah, just around that. Oh, 85 was a 3.2? Okay, so I was just around that in elementary school, middle school, and high school. And in high school, I started to realize that, thank God I did, graduating that. I think I'm just in autopilot mode, because I'm not dumb. I'm in autopilot mode because I didn't know what I necessarily wanted to learn or like.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? I feel like that's a lot of kids. I think a lot of kids just assume that they're dumb or that school is not for them.
Right.
When in actuality, I just think they haven't found what they're interested in yet.
Now you're talking about
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's one of my biggest beliefs and why I said as far as philanthropy wise, I just want to be in schools. And the reason why is because what I feel like is kids are so impressionable when they're kids, right? When they're children. And all they need to do is be exposed to things. Like that's it. We don't have to be like, you're going to learn science and
they could be a
aeronautics.
genius in this other
Right.
area. Yeah.
So put them in put the kid, I think we should, our kids, I think our elementary schools should be top tier. Not even our high schools. I think our elementary schools should be fucking
those
immaculate.
developmental years.
So it starts
Yeah, to see
Absolutely.
what these kids kind of figure out. So science and all this stuff, and see, because I think that if I expose a kid to, I had a lecture, for instance, I went to a really good school. I went to boarding school in 9th grade, and I went to school in Boston, and I was blown away at all the clubs that there were and all the like sports. I was like, yo, we don't got none of. They had TVs in the classrooms. So just being exposed, there was an electricity club, and that is what sparked me to want to be an electrical engineer. Also, I think y'all laughed at me with the videotape. Remember I said I saw the videotape.
A video? I'm not.
Yo,
sure.
y'all
No,
laughed
you
at
saw
me.
like a vending machine.
I saw
or
a vending
something.
machine with a videotape, and I said, yo, that made me want to be an electrical engineer. And y'all niggas laughed at me.
No, I didn't.
Again. No, I'm joking. I don't
See,
know.
see these niggas?
Beautiful. That was
It was a nice
beautiful
story. It was, and they laughed at me. See?
That nigga, you saw a vending machine.
See?
And he was like, wow.
You were supposed.
I thought that was a beautiful story because that's clearly a core memory.
Yeah, pussy.
You were supposed to go get a bag of Doritos. Your brain started to say, yo, I should be a scientist.
That nigga trying to take over the world.
This is why men don't open up to each
This
other.
why men don't. This why men don't become shit.
I know, no,
Imagine
it's
you
true.
come on the block and
It's
you be
true.
like, "Yo, boy,
It's
real
true.
talk, boy, I think I'm be electrical engineer." Niggas like, nah. Nigga want to make Doritos easy to get.
And it's
Oh my
funny because we're
gosh.
gonna have a conversation today about being boxed in. But
Oh man.
I like
Y'all put me in a box, man.
No, but
like
imagine
this.
having
I like this.
a supportive mother who was like, wow, that is amazing. Become an engineer.
Facts.
See, it makes all the difference.
Nah,
does.
You need a dad
Expose
that's
the
not
children.
there. Go harder.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Yo. Niggas with their fathers
Yo,
are
we're different beasts.
We're different
We're
people.
different beasts. We don't sleep.
Yeah.
We're
Niggas with their
sick.
fathers be like, they don't be
sick.
good sometimes.
No, because we don't know how to turn it off.
Okay.
Bro, let's talk. See, for
Okay.
us, it's constantly, oh, no, we got to make sure we doing this.
Gotta make sure.
We got to make sure we really making I can't be asleep if I'm sleeping.
That's right.
That's something wrong. Nobody's guiding me. I got to guide myself.
That's right.
That's what it is.
Okay.
We're crazy. We're madmen.
Okay.
That's you see how
Shout
I'm
out to
talking?
niggas with their fathers though.
Yeah, shout out to y'all
first
niggas.
and foremost.
It's funny because we're gonna talk about fathers. I didn't know how. I promise you, I didn't know how to like usher in that conversation.
Okay.
Because I know it's kind of like a hypersensitive, not hypersensitive,
But it is-
I'm
it's a
sensitive. Like
touchy
I'm,
one.
I'm,
It's
yeah,
it
like
could be a touchy subject.
yeah,
sure,
I don't.
to some
Yeah,
people,
but
sure.
since y'all talked about it,
we
like
here.
this
Yeah.
Kendrick album,
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
of my favorite songs was Father Time.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
He
Yeah.
goes deep on mental health and
Yeah.
men having daddy issues.
Yes.
Yes.
I've never heard
Yeah.
it put that way.
Me either.
Because I don't think men accept it that way.
Yeah, no.
I think we say, hey, our father is absent.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that nigga. Oh, I don't really
It's
rock with
simple.
him like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Right.
I never looked at a man and said, yo, you got daddy issues,
Like that
man.
phrase put with men and
It's
like in the same sense,
different.
like we don't really like people don't say it like that.
No.
And
No, it's
originally,
not normalized.
it kind of threw me off, like listening to it because it was like, all right, is he talking about having your father in your life,
Right.
and having these issues, or not having a figure? I think it can apply to both.
It seemed like he was talking about just troublesome fathers.
Okay.
Like the trauma of that a father puts on a child, whether he's
child.
there or not.
Sure.
Like that's what it felt like. Because I was like
For men,
kind
yeah.
of confused. I was like, oh, daddy issues to me, for me, the way I relate is like not present. Like that's what I
See?
know as a
See?
daddy. You know, so I
But
think
then a lot of people be like,
Oh.
I just have beef with my dad.
Like
Right.
a lot of people who say like jokingly, "Oh, I have daddy issues," but they recognize that within themselves. Sometimes
Right.
their fathers were very present, but in like a very negative way.
Right.
So
That's possible,
There's a lot
too.
of ways to interpret
That's
that.
interesting.
I feel like the dad's job. I feel like the dad's relationship with the child in the relationship. I feel like it always has an effect that can go either so right or so wrong.
Yeah.
Like it just
No
goes
between.
either way. Like I don't know. Like
Yeah.
mom feels like this constant where you're gonna learn love and you're gonna learn affection and kinds of things. But with dad, it feels like dads are the place where your moralities and your principles are shaped a
Yes,
little bit
absolutely.
more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
Like,
even judged.
or right, the way you depict people, the way
Yeah.
you see things. I think that like the
Because
dad.
if they're very stoic, if they're present, if they're not present, like all of that really does
Wow.
play into
Your
how you are.
character.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a man. Because now
Yes,
you've seen how
especially
your
here.
dad is interact on certain situations, right? If he becomes stoic when the uneasy conversation comes,
Right.
if he's an open person when a problem presents itself,
Right.
it could really just melt right into your core.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you know, it can have a lot of different effects because even with the man, let's say for instance, if I have a mom and dad situation where the dad takes a lot of shit from mom, like mom just talks down, like mom runs this, the boy could see that and be like, I ain't letting that shit happen to me. Like there's all what kinds of way. It can go either way, bro. Like this shit is really like up in the air. I really don't know.
Let's see how quiet SaVon was. That nigga got 3 daddies. He ain't.
He's like, my dads are great.
My dads are great.
Yo, get your shit off.
Niggas is alright. I ain't gonna lie.
My dads is great.
They're okay men.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
These black niggas held it down.
Cool, yeah. Cool.
Facts.
I
We
just-
love that for you.
I just thought it was so interesting because
Absolutely,
you know
yeah.
it's a reoccurring topic on this podcast, right? And it's a little taboo within our communities, but I feel like we provided like a safe space to talk about these things. Again, going back
did.
to Patreon, Alex really opens up a lot
Facts.
on Patreon about it.
Please go over there.
Yeah, fact. Like and Devon
Same,
too.
same,
You,
yeah.
same. You've been super
That too,
super
yeah.
open
Yeah.
and vocal.
Yeah.
And so for me, I don't. And it's crazy to say. I don't have daddy issues.
Right.
I don't think I have daddy issues. Obviously, nobody's perfect. So
Right.
you look at how your parents shape you, how the men in your life shape you. So the funny thing for me was I was asked, or I had to think about, what would my life look like without the men in my life, right? So without my
Right.
biological father, without, my second dad, without my grandparents, my grandfathers, without all the men, my uncles who shaped me, right? Like
Right.
that is so uncommon to have so many different men present in your
Right.
life.
Right.
To where when you hear a song like this, you almost empathize with your friends who don't have that. Like I'll be honest, as soon as I heard the song, I thought of
Thought
Alex.
about me. You know how many my homies hit me on that?
Because there was a line that stuck out to me
was
where
like,
like I know
"If you
Alex's
don't got your-
background.
yeah."
I know Alex and I know how he is, right? But one thing Alex always says, and he says it in a way of like endearment. You don't say it like trying to portray this machismo kind of guy,
Right.
but you always say, that's gangster, or I'm gangster. Alex, you kind of live by that mantra because you
Literally.
had to grow up and you live in a certain neighborhood and all that.
Yeah.
But when I heard Kendrick say that line, like, yo, something about fathers not being there, and now you got to kind of mask it as being gangster.
As being
Yeah.
gangster.
Oh, that's
Felt that.
gang. I was like, damn,
Yeah,
bro.
I
Like,
hear that.
how do I have a conversation with my boy about that when I'm thinking of him
Right.
when I hear these lyrics, and I'm not
Yeah.
thinking he's trying to mask anything or he's
Right.
trying to play a
Yeah.
part. Like,
A lot of the
Right.
times you do it subconsciously.
That's
Like,
kind of true.
Yeah, a lot of I remember
Yeah.
like see that was before I learned myself too as a kid. Like just because again, like SaVon was saying, you got people to guide you. He had people to guide you. So when you don't, you have to essentially just rely on yourself. You see what guys are portrayed at on movies.
Right.
You see what guys are portrayed at in the TV shows.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I guess I need to come off as
Tough. And
There you go.
my generation, oh my God, it was prime
Yeah.
gang time. Like when
Right.
I grew up, I grew up in
100%.
prime gang. I'm talking about
Yep.
couldn't wear red because I lived in a Crip neighborhood. Like
Yep.
my mother was like,
Crip
we
neighborhood,
live. When your mother's like, we live in a Crip neighborhood. Don't wear red. Like that's like when I think about that environment, like that's a crazy fucking environment to live in. So for me, it's just like I think about me as a kid and seeing the men and what guys were the guys in the hood.
yeah,
It was the niggas that was putting in work.
absolutely.
So in the back of my mind, I was like, damn, I kind of got to do this. You know what I mean? Or I kind of got to play this part. That's a dangerous, you know what I mean? That's mad dangerous, bro.
Yeah, because you want to know what it is though too. I can speak for myself. When you raise essentially by women, you could internally start to think like, damn, do I come off as soft? That was like my constant battle when I was
Wait,
young, and I didn't really learn myself.
When did you?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember because these are very specific memories.
I
But
remember.
like when you thought to yourself, like, "Damn, am I soft?" Like, what moments were those? Like, what actions made you think like that? You remember, like
something as
emotion,
small
like,
as
stuff
like
like that?
Yeah, something as small as like cutting jokes and roasting on each other. I know we've talked about that a lot here. I don't make fun of people.
Right.
I've always been like that.
Right.
So as a kid, I was like, damn, like I guess all the dudes that's really the dudes be cutting ass and shit. So
Right.
I would try to get it off. So as
Yeah.
I've grown
Wait, so
older,
then when people would
Yeah.
be making jokes,
Yeah.
and if you were offended, were you like, "Oh, am I soft?" Like, what do you mean by
both.
that?
Both.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
I
should I
hear
be
you.
making the jokes and am I offended?
Right.
Okay.
You know,
It's like, how should a dude really perceive this?
Right.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
you know what it is?
Yeah.
The niggas that we was always getting their ass cut,
Right.
I saw them as I don't
Say
want to
it.
say weaker,
Being
But
picked on.
runners.
but
We looked at them as runners.
Like they
yeah,
took
like
it,
they were
like
being
they
picked
just-
on.
They
and
go to the
would-
store for everybody.
Right. So when somebody would joke on me,
Right.
I'd make it my job to go crazy because I was also
not knowing how defensive that looks.
right because I was also a dude of shorter stature, of course. So for me, it's like I knew niggas was always trying to test me, but I would always play fight with niggas, always slap box, just to let them know, like yo, you know what I mean? Like little things like that, just always like respect on my name. Like I might fight you. Like I might fight you. I might, you know what I mean? Like shit like that is crazy, and that's an environment of like a jungle. You know what I mean? It's like me trying to survive and shit like that. So your father, full circle to what you saying, has a lot to play, bro, because I didn't have nobody to teach me like, yo, this is how a man should move or yada yada. Now shout out to my grandfather, rest his soul, my uncle Henry also.
Yeah.
And the minute I did have I had some dope men in my life. Thank God.
Rest in peace to my Uncle Collins.
Fact, there you go.
Honestly.
We've had
them.
you
And
know,
we
no
took
matter
a lot
what,
from 'em.
no matter what, we do get some male influences, and you just gotta pray to God that you get the right ones. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But I had some great men. I had some great men around me. I wish I had more, but I had some great men around me. Let me say
And
that
to the younger guys, you know, I've said this a lot on this podcast. I had to pull from a lot of my homies' fathers. Like the dudes I was really close with, though. Not the dude that y'all might see each other maybe. No, the dude where y'all kick it together, y'all play games together, y'all go out together, y'all go to the same places. If he has a father in your life, that could help you. I'm
That's
not
true.
saying that got to be your daddy.
That's true.
I'm just see how the dynamic is. I was always looking at the dynamic.
That's true.
And I think when you hear the term go so far left, right? Where you go from not really knowing how to identify it as a man, especially a black man, and then you hear somebody who is profound, like
my
a Kendrick
God.
Lamar say, yo, I have daddy issues.
Uh-huh.
I think it opens up the door for you to even want to address those things or even think about those things. Like a lot of men probably wasn't even comfortable within themselves having those thoughts with themselves. Like, yo, I really have an issue not having a father or having a father who's absent, who's in my life, but he's still absent. Like you can have fathers that's in your life and still not be there.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, so a lot of
It's
people.
that's my situation.
And,
Yeah.
and so that is the wide window of what this song did for me. So Alex had asked me before we started recording, like, yo, y'all listen to the album.
Right.
And I told him I couldn't get past this first half because I kept spinning back that song. And for somebody
That's what
who
you meant.
has
I feel that, bro.
fathers, like father figures, real men in their lives, men that been in the streets, men that have gotten women, men that have taught me a code. Like that's another thing with men. There's a code that you get taught.
Every man got
I've
a
had
code.
friends, like one of my best friends growing up.
Man, he talking right now.
One of my best friends growing up, we no longer as close, but
Sure.
his father had passed away when he was young, right? So he was raised by his mom, and he didn't really identify with his step pops too much, right?
Sure, yeah.
And as we got older, I realized the disconnect between the two of us is that, yo, this nigga never had a male figure in his life to respect or appreciate a brotherhood or a code.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He was one of those people, every time he got a girlfriend, he dip off.
Yeah.
You won't hear from him.
Right.
You know, he never had anybody that said, like, look, your boys, your brothers, your mans, whoever that is to you, like, you got to honor that and nourish that and nurture that relationship because it's just a code. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a code that you miss when you don't have that. So some people have absent fathers, right? But they still have, you know, the nuances. They could pick up on small things. The men that have no male figure in their life, I can't, like, they just walking around this world and it's sad.
Because essentially you have
That's me, bro. I was that nigga like
Really?
that. I would get a girlfriend and be done.
Wow.
I call it a day. I've always been in relationships. And once I got my girlfriend, I just stuck with her and called it a day.
Wow.
I'm not going to lie to you.
I've done
was
that
me.
once. I can't lie. I've done that
I've
once.
been that. I've
I
been
feel like
that.
you kind of, not only recently, maybe this has happened before we met you, but in recent years of us getting to know you, I feel like you're kind of like nourishing that now. When you speak about, hey, like I went out to dinner with my friends the other day, like,
I
and that
see-
was kind of new to me. When you said that, I was like, oh, I noticed like you're, you know, when they say
Trying.
about like healing your inner child? Like,
Yeah.
that could get really emotional, but I
Right.
see that.
Wow.
Yeah, within the last year.
'Cause essentially,
Wow.
like me,
That's crazy.
people like
That's
me and you
crazy.
got
I
to
had
create
no
our own
idea.
code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You woke me up. I'm not gonna lie. You blew my all of y'all blew my mind just now. Like what you just said. What you just said
I
blew
see
my
the way
mind.
you maneuver, and I don't want to make you cry. I see the way you move with Mike. I see the way you move with Kev. I see the way you treat us.
they're
It's
his
like, you know what?
bros.
This feel like part 2 to how friendship should
Should have
actually go.
been because I made you
Absolutely.
making me emotional.
Absolutely, bro.
That's why I was like, that's why I made
Yeah.
sure to say like this can get very emotional, so we
Yeah.
don't have to delve
Yeah,
in.
no, it's all
'Cause
right.
it's a
No,
lot.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
a whole
I made-
pot
some
of
brothers.
like.
I made a lot of mistakes in my friendships as a kid. Like I made a lot of mistakes because I have a really hard time trusting men.
Same.
And I know that sounds crazy, but I have such a hard time trusting men. I've always trusted women so much more.
It's not your fault. Yeah, it's not your
because of the women in my life, like my grandmother, paramountly unconditional love, my aunt, my mother. Like I
Right.
trust those women in my life. But when it came to men, I never trusted men. To this day, I always look at men and I always just have such a guard up with men. And that's such a weird thing for a man to say.
It's, I don't think it's like we see the way that these things manifest in like our adulthood and stuff. And that's why it's very
Yeah.
powerful to realize these things.
It
and, like,
is.
Identify with it. Like I said it on this podcast before. I had a problem, and I still might, with male authority.
Sure.
I'm gonna be honest.
Sure.
I knew when I was younger, I
Sure.
really had an issue with it. Like,
Right.
an older dude couldn't tell me nothing
I hear you.
without me going off to some extent. Like, who are you talking to?
Who you talking to?
Who are you talking to?
Was it
dude?
you and I that had that
Yeah.
conversation
I
about?
might
I was
have.
speaking to an OG, and I think they told him about my house and stuff like that. And they were like, "Oh, I heard you the little entrepreneur now," and I was like,
I remember that
that's
story.
crazy.
Yeah,
Little
yeah, I think I
entrepreneur.
heard that story.
"All right, man. All right, enough."
Watch
Like
this.
that is, you see,
Right,
and that's
yeah.
the men shit.
It's
I
just the
get
men shit.
like men.
And you shouldn't take, because if your mother would have said that, if your auntie would have said it,
Right.
if a woman you respect would have said that,
Not
you'd be
even a
like,
thought.
yeah, girl.
Like, think about this. You're right. You just kind of brought me somewhere. So
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
a few years ago, I had a disagreement with one of my old friends at the time.
Sure.
And it was the first time, like, we know as men, regardless, man in your life or not,
Yeah.
if you grew up in a certain environment, you know you should never invite another man to your dick. Right?
Ever.
Never. That's just something, it's a respect thing. It's like being spat on almost.
not even-
In
that's not
certain
even a reason
communities,
Say that.
suck my dick.
These niggas don't
is
know,
a
bro.
real
It's a
thing.
real-
No,
This
I know.
generation
I
don't
trust-
know, bro.
Trust me,
They
I
don't.
know. So the first time it was me and one of my old boys, and we got into it or whatever, and we was beefing, arguing over the phone. And one of the things that I really pride myself on in that particular friendship was we could fight, we could argue, but it never crosses the line. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
And so it was the first time I think he was having a baby shower or something, his first baby, and I think I couldn't make it because I had a commitment to go see the Brilliant Idiots podcast that day.
Okay.
Right? So I was
Got
like,
it.
yo, I got to figure it out. And this is a long time ago. It's probably like 2016-ish, around that time.
Okay.
Right.
And so I told him, like, yo, bro, I'm going to be there. I just don't know in what capacity.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in this podcast because this is my passion.
Right.
And this is before podcasting was even big. Like, I was still in college. I was an intern. I was writing. I was listening to everything.
Right.
And that was like the real beginning of like me finding myself. So I was like,
Right.
look, I'm going to be there for you.
Right.
But I have this prior commitment. I didn't know you was going to plan it that day. Long story short, we on the phone. It's really heated. And then I hear a suck my dick.
Ooh, man.
At that time, that was my man.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, suck my dick. And in the moment, I wanted to be like, yo, where you at?
I'm gonna kill you.
You know what in the
I
moment,
know.
boom,
In the moment, yeah.
I hung up the phone.
Yeah,
and
what
this
you
is
do?
the beauty. And this is why this song and moments like this really bring me back to a certain place, because I was able to call my father and say, hey, yo, dad,
Wow.
Love you.
I know you and your mans, you know, y'all been through a lot.
Right.
Like one of my dad's best friends, they've been friends since kindergarten.
Right.
You and your
fire.
man been through everything.
Right.
How do I handle this?
Right. Wow.
I've never had another man tell me to suck his dick in a moment of being angry.
Yeah.
That's
Point of
never
reference.
happened to me.
Right.
Like, and dad, you know my friend. Like this, he's a family friend. You
Right.
know him.
Right.
You know his family. Like, dad, how do I
What do
handle?
I
Like,
do?
what do I do?
Right.
Absolutely.
What did you do? Has this ever happened to you?
Right.
And to be able to have that kind of reference point, and to be able to really figure out that situation, because I had somebody
Yes.
who could tell me and talk to me. I couldn't go to my mom with that because my mom is always gonna. She's nurturing,
relax.
baby. Don't
Yeah.
worry about
Relax.
it. It's
okay.
words.
Yeah.
Y'all
Relax.
get over
Okay.
it, and that's
Yeah,
what she's
women will do
supposed to
that.
do.
Right.
And I'm not mad at her.
No.
But as a man, as a
Yeah, that
black
was her
man, I
role,
was able
yeah.
to go to my dad and be like, "Yo, dad, how do I handle this? Like, I'm angry right now. I want to fuck this nigga up. Like,
Yeah.
it was that in me.
Right.
Yeah.
But I had somebody that I could go to and kind of speak to. So
What was the advice he gave you? I really want to know if that's okay. If you could share that.
honestly, do you mind if I call? Because I really don't remember.
You
You
can do
mind if I
whatever you
go?
want.
Look,
Y'all
you
cool?
do it.
I just want to, cause I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yo, that I've said it a bunch of times. This generation, I'm speaking to y'all. If you didn't know this, do not invite another man to your dick. Like he
telling
said,
you.
this
I'm
is
telling
something
you.
that I've seen people die for. So
no.
when I see it happen in front of me, it blows my mind. Like when I see y'all do that.
They do
Can I
it
get
in
the
the
Bluetooth?
open too.
Bluetooth
Hello?
for him. You got him?
Yeah, I think he's on the phone. But we'll call him back once the Bluetooth connects.
Okay, dope. But not
Yeah.
Dev. You're 1,000%
Make sure
right.
you're connected.
A lot of these kids just think words are words.
Words,
Words have
yeah.
meanings, especially to people that come from there's certain times.
And let them know. Inviting me to your
Yeah.
dick is suck my dick,
Yup.
get off my dick,
Hear that?
you on my dick. It's
Yeah.
anything where you say
What's your dick?
Your dick. It don't gotta be
Yeah.
suck my dick.
Yeah.
If you say something to me in
Yeah.
reference to your dick,
Yeah.
that's a fucking that's a problem,
Y'all
bro.
have to know that's like, come on, that is the final sale.
Yeah, that's
Like,
it. Yeah,
You know when you go to
like-
the store, they be like, yeah, you can't return this. You cannot return.
suck a dick comment.
Suck my dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you can't
Nah.
even repair that relationship. And
A lot of the
and
times.
I didn't know in that moment, but that was the
Yeah.
beginning of the end of that friendship.
I bet.
See that?
You know what I'm saying?
Just
Like,
the
you try to
capacity
get
of him
over it.
to even like say
To say-
that.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
shows so much more than just like
Yeah,
Exactly.
suck my dick.
Exactly.
It's
And you know, you
crazy.
try to move over it, but
Yeah.
in summary, I think my dad, he was just like, look, it's happened to me before.
Yeah.
And you know, he's gonna realize he made a mistake.
Right.
So yeah, it's two ways you could go about it. Y'all could fight. Oh, I think he's calling me. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you was calling me?
Yeah, I called you on purpose. Can you hear in the headphones? Is it good in the headphones?
It's just on the mic.
Cool. Hold up.
Yeah.
Nah, we at the podcast and we was talking about there was this Kendrick Lamar song, and he was just talking about daddy issues, and obviously on the pod, the guys know me and you are very close. And do you remember that story when I had called you that one time, and we don't gotta say any names because we on air, but I called you about one of my boys telling me to suck his dick? And Devon had asked me, what was that advice you gave me? Because I remember I was stuck. I didn't know how to handle it. And I called you in my car, heated. What did you say? Or what would you say?
I really don't remember. I remember that situation. I remember who it was. I remember when you hit me, but I really don't remember the advice I gave you.
You
I mean, is there anything you would say now?
Yeah, like what is the advice that he would give? Probably, I still would like to know what would be his advice if that situation to occur today.
Hello?
And this was, yeah.
Yeah, Devon asked, what would be your advice today if that something like that were to happen?
See, every year I'm evolving, right? so,
Yeah, OG, get your shit off.
so that was a couple years ago, correct?
Yeah, that was a few years ago.
So maybe the answer I gave then, and I really honestly don't remember what it was, but it's probably different than what I would give right now.
He's healed now.
Like we gonna ride on this, cuz.
Because I'm evolving every day. Every
That's
day.
growth,
we
OG.
love this.
Right.
We love it.
I
for
love
you.
that.
All right, cool. I appreciate
But
I- what's up?
No, I could tell you what right now what I would say.
Let's go for it.
That and being that I know how close I was, and I was a man like that. And if it was me and one of my mans, then we would have to go in the backyard and get our back dirty.
Yeah,
Shit like that.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
I
interesting.
I actually had that happen. I don't know if I told you the situation with me and my boy
Mm-hmm.
when he went crazy over some juice one day, and he told me and his brother to suck his balls.
No, he did it.
That's
So I'm like, yo.
different.
Old school shit.
That's different.
Yeah, over some juice.
Over
I'm
some
like,
juice.
It was your favorite uncle, say.
Yeah, I know. You told me this story when I called you for advice. You told me this story. That's how I know this happened. But
Oh,
keep
some
going.
damn juice.
Oh yeah, so I told the nigga like, yo, you gotta apologize for that. Like I don't care how mad you are. So the nigga doubled down on it.
Suck my balls.
So his brother looked at me. I looked at his brother. Nah, I got this one. Sit this one out. Let's go outside, my man. We went right through his brother's fence outside.
Wow. Just got it in. Got it rocky.
Then the neighbors start looking at us. We flipped on the neighbor together. Mind your business before we jump.
I be mad confused.
Yo, that's exactly the story you told me when I called you about it, bro. Now that you said that's exactly what you told me. Like, yo, this actually happened to me, and this is out here. That's exactly what you said.
Oh man.
Yeah, we had to get it off our chest, but that's my boy. That's my bro.
Man.
He
Like
had to
father,
get it.
like
He
son.
wilded out. I had to fix him up, tighten him up a little bit.
He's a
But
little straightening.
at the end of the day,
Ain't no but a little bit.
So
But
you
if
the
that's not
original
your man-
straightener. You the original straightener. Ain't nothing but a little bit of straightening.
This nigga's an iron.
yeah, a little bit of straightening. That's it.
All right.
No love after that.
That's good.
But I appreciate that. I will say while I have you really quick, I know a lot of our fans, listeners, they come over from Patreon, and you know we do our Need to Know awards each and every month, and you are a staple on this podcast.
Statements of fact.
He's a
As
reoccurring
your
character.
alias, I don't know if you want to reveal it to like the public, but if anybody doesn't know, this is the one and only Pain Master.
Yo, hey.
Yo, hey. Why he always go, yo, hey?
Because he know what we doing. We outside. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all are crazy. Yo, I really be enjoying those. You be sending me those responses, man. I get a kick out of that.
Okay,
man. I'm
that's
glad
good. That's
that
what's
y'all
up.
doing y'all thing, and
Thank you.
I get a little 15 seconds of fame.
Thank you. You created a star. You gotta let him get over.
No, we appreciate you, bro. When I get up out of here, I'll tap in with you.
Time. All right, everybody.
All right,
Later.
yo.
Think.
Later, yo.
See, this is what I love about Kendrick's album, right? Because SaVon got multiple fathers in his life. We like to joke about that.
Mhm.
He was still able to get into the perspective of people that are struggling with their fathers. You feel what I'm saying? And I think it's a theme of this album, honestly. I know we haven't really spoken about the album, but man, I'm kind of lost for words at how much I love this project. It's just the ironies about life, right? That's kind of what I was getting from the project, right? There's a song, I think actually on Father Time, he talks about Drake and Kanye,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And how them like rekindling threw him off,
Right.
And was like, yo, maybe I need some healing,
Right.
And the most ironic part to me was we've been running around screaming Kanye need healing.
Yeah.
We've been running around. Some people say, oh,
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Yeah.
And then look at the people like Kendrick who we hold at a certain
Standard.
like, oh no, that's Kendrick. That's Conscious Ken.
Right.
No, that's Kenny boy.
Right.
Look at him being able to just come down on a human level and be like, nah, I'm not. And then on the other saviors thing, right?
Yeah.
He spoke about people who were saviors, right?
Right.
And that's the kind of the conversation I kind of wanted to have too. A lot of the times, us as people box other people in, especially people that we know a lot. I don't think people can really realize the effects that does to a person. Because a lot of the times, when you put somebody in a box, you're essentially saying you're only capable of doing one thing. That's basically what you're saying. And this album was just repeated versions of, yo, look how ironic these messages are.
Yeah.
I'm this and that.
Yeah.
I'm both.
Yeah.
I'm all things.
Right.
I'm conscious and I got Kodak on here.
Bro. Even the record
Yeah.
with him and the chick arguing.
Yeah. And how did that song start? This is what the world sounds like. That's how that record kicked off.
Right.
Just to get us to hear and see what perspective.
This is normal.
Look at perspective.
This is normal to a lot of people.
Look at perspective.
arguing.
From a music perspective, it I don't know how to receive Kendrick.
Okay.
No,
I understand.
I don't know how to receive him
I hear
from
it.
a music standpoint.
I
Like,
understand.
I appreciate him from his talent, his gifts, you know, his brain, his thoughts. But I don't know how to receive him because when and where do you kind of play some of these songs? Like,
I get
and
you.
when has it been? You know, like
I feel the
get
same.
you.
So I
don't
just
know how to
like
receive it.
call it art,
I love it.
It
and that has
is.
helped me just consume it because he's just spreading his art right now.
So to add to
Like-
your point, SaVon, I thought about that too. Because I had to sit with this album to really fall in love with it. And you know what I thought about? It just brought me to where I am in terms of how I listen to music and just albums in general. I want to speak personally. I don't need hits on an album.
Talk about that.
I want to be very clear.
Yeah.
I want storytelling.
Yes.
I want compassion.
Yes.
And I want vulnerability.
Yeah.
I want to see where you're trying, what picture you're trying to paint.
Right.
And I think a lot of the times because we live in the music industry of sales
Right.
and records and radio play that
Right.
we conflate it with radio records.
Yes.
Which might deter from the actual messaging in the album.
core.
So I was able, SaVon, to just digest this as messaging.
Right.
And it hits a little better because you're right. When you say things like, and not just use everybody, I can't play this in the club. Where do I play this?
silly.
You start to, like how I just said, box it in.
Yeah, that's
when
silly.
really it was more like just perspective and digestion.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
that's
right.
a really good point.
When the album first came out, I
Yeah.
was in bed and I had AirPods on, and I put the AirPods on. My shorty was next to me, and I played the first song, and then I got to the second song. I got to N95, and I stopped. I said, "No, it's not the right
ain't
time.
right. Yeah,
it's at the right place."
Oh, me too.
Yup.
I couldn't
Yup.
listen
I knew.
to it right then and
Yup.
there.
I
I
couldn't.
couldn't. Like,
I waited
sense.
until I had a
Yeah.
nice car ride, which was the next day.
But You want to know what's funny?
What?
You want to know what's funny?
Put it on
We
the
do
card.
the complete opposite with Drake.
What you mean? Yeah.
When Drake drops,
Yeah.
we
We
stay
listen
up
as a
and
collective.
listen
Oh, yes.
because it doesn't take as much to process.
Wow.
You don't
Which
feel
is
like you have to
okay.
be
See that?
attentive.
Which is
and
okay
that's the
for
crazy.
a
Full
Drake
circle.
album.
That's okay.
Which is okay
Full
for
circle.
That's
Drake.
exactly
Crazy.
why. Because I
Full
was laying
circle.
down, I was like, I
can't do
I
it.
have to pay attention.
Great point, SaVon.
And I have to sit up. So
Yeah.
for me, as far as this album is concerned,
Right.
this album has put Kendrick in my top 5. Undisputed.
Same.
For good.
Me too.
And Kendrick has one of my favorite rap albums of all time. Good Kid, Mad City is one of my favorite rap albums ever. I feel like he has finally checked all the boxes of you have everything in your catalog now. From To Pimp a Butterfly, which is something that is more of like a critically super conscious,
Yeah.
very off the wall, like his Prince album, quote unquote.
Sure.
You know, you know that
His Pulitzer Prize
his
album.
Pulitzer Prize
Sure,
album, that
sure.
off the wall album. Good Kid, Mad City is just fucking phenomenal.
amazing.
It's an amazing album. Damn is his best commercial album to me.
Yes.
Because there's just hits
Yes.
after hits after
if
hits.
Damn punches you right in the face.
That's right.
This you had to sit with.
This was right.
Yes.
This was like a combination of Good Kid and a little bit of that damn vibe
and a little pimp.
and a little bit of pimp.
little
It was
pimp.
like,
But like very intense.
but very
Yes.
intense.
Yes.
It was the
Yes.
culmination of things. Even the little nuances of him having Kodak Black on there and me going, is that Kodak? Like,
You ready?
It was so good. Kodak was so good
You ready?
on that album, bro.
He
It
was
insane.
from the narration to the feature. You ready?
Everything.
You want to know what I pulled from that, Dev? Just to add
What?
to what you're saying, because I want to cut you off.
What?
Look at him. Look what Cole been doing, right?
Yeah.
You get a feature. You see Cole doing features with a lot of the younger artists, the younger acts,
Right.
the artists that are making different music.
Yeah.
It was so interesting and refreshing for me to see that. Just for him to get someone from that generation and be like, yo, I could do this too. Ooh, he was flexing. I don't think people, he was flexing.
I felt that. I felt that.
What?
Because I was like, why you? I was like, you reached for
What?
Kodak? I was like,
To have the ability to do what he do consciously.
right.
And then come do something that Kodak can rock on.
That's right.
Ooh, he was flexing. I don't know if y'all saw it or not. Because Cole been flexing.
Oh
Yeah.
Cole been flexing.
Oh, y'all surprised Cole wasn't on there with all the features
No.
and
Not
their
really.
relationship?
Because those
I was
three
anticipating
guys
they
don't
work with each
really
other. Yeah.
have songs together. I was not expecting Drake or Cole
Oh,
on
definitely not
Kendrick
Drake.
album.
Definitely not Drake.
And I don't expect Drake on Cole's album or Cole on Drake. I don't expect
He
them
didn't
to
even
work
say
together.
Drake is your savior.
yeah.
He didn't.
Why he ain't say Drake is your savior?
Wait, who did he say was the savior?
He
So,
said
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
Himself?
Himself. He said
Cole.
Cole. He did say Cole.
Oh.
And I think
LeBron.
LeBron. Yes. You
Yeah.
say that you made LeBron give him his flowers, but
Yeah.
he is not your savior.
Yeah.
But he really said Cole.
He said
Then
Cole.
the fact that he didn't say Drake is little.
See, but look what we doing.
Look what we
No,
doing.
but look what we
That's a
doing.
little
I think it's a little
shady.
something.
No, I'm not gonna do
I
that.
want to get a little.
I refuse to do that.
But then what-
I'm not gonna do that no more. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I don't think it was a shot.
Niggas got smoked.
What you think, Dad?
I'm not
Because
doing that.
respectfully, like,
Not doing
Drake
that.
is one of those people that people idolize.
Yeah.
Right? Like the other people he thought. So,
Sure.
you know, it's interesting to see someone that's so prominently idolized
Okay.
wasn't a part of that spiel. That's all.
But he said Future.
He said Future.
Yeah, you know
That's
why?
his buddy.
You want to
No.
know why? I ain't gonna say.
I'm not
it.
That's
doing
just
it.
what it's time to be
I'm not
allowed.
gonna
Not
do it.
to say I'm being an instigator.
You know
I'm
why?
not doing that.
Because my
I'm
boy's
not
still in
doing
the
it.
game. He's still an
Yeah.
artist. I respect
I-
that. I ain't
I
gonna get my
respect
thoughts
that.
off. Go over to Patreon to hear what I really got to say about that shit. You heard?
Oh, that shit you hurt.
Yeah,
Nah,
hurt.
I don't.
Save it for
I don't think. I'm
Like
just
that.
not giving. I'm just not feeding
Yeah.
into the to narrative. I'm just not going to create a narrative that
Sure.
truly
Of course,
isn't
of
surface.
course.
Like
We
that
don't.
isn't even
Sure.
on the surface.
But it's fine.
I understand the nuance.
It's rap.
If we're
Yeah.
doing nuance,
Yeah, yeah.
if we're
Yeah.
analyzing,
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Like,
All
this
right,
is
but I'm
cool,
not
cool,
creating
cool.
a
I'll take
narrative.
that.
Like
I'll
I
take
never thought conscious rap could
Mm-hmm.
mesh with new age kind of like he did new age rap and hip hop his style.
But
His
you want to know what's
style,
funny?
his
It's not
way.
just
It's
conscious
fire.
because it's also like a mental health aspect to it. So,
Exactly.
you know, like it's
Exactly.
very just transparent.
Absolutely.
It's very transparent from somebody who's pretty damn quiet.
Look,
Yeah.
I hate to say this. Look, Hove. I referenced Hove in the beginning.
Because that's you, the rock boy. Shall I?
I knew. That was funny.
Shall I?
Shall
No,
I? Shall I remind
Please.
you? Are you sure? Because we got
I'm
Kendrick
good.
playing.
I'm good.
You sure?
But this is what was
Now let me
interesting.
remind you real quick. Let me remind you.
This nigga, bro.
Let me just skip to your part.
Thank you. Yo, I was gonna reference Hove because it's funny how Hove kind of created another subgenre in rap, right? When people say your 444 album.
Yes.
Right?
That's true.
Transparency with your
That's true.
relationship.
That's true.
Talking to me about your kids. I think it's so fly every time one of these super rich dudes tell me, hey, I just had a kid and nobody knows.
I love
I
that.
think that's the flyest
I love
thing in
that
the
too.
world.
I love that too.
You know what I'm saying? So I love I just didn't think all of that could mesh.
Right.
I'm amazed. I played it all weekend. I love it.
Real
I
quick,
love it.
just because you're like real critical and I listen to you when you speak on it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the production on the album?
Oh my God.
Soundwave. Shout out to
my
Soundwave.
God.
He produced a lot of
Oh my
it.
God,
Yes,
I loved it.
It was great, man.
I loved
It was great. Every
was
song, the way every song.
every transition,
Every transition,
SaVon.
right.
Like a lot of people take albums and they just get loops.
Yeah.
They might add a bridge.
Right.
These had parts.
Yes.
The songs had parts to the beats.
And they were cohesive.
All throughout, and it was cohesive. So
Yes.
I love the production. It was engineered and mixed very well. I think Ye, mixed by Ye.
Yeah, Ali.
Yeah, Ali.
Ali.
Yeah,
Ali.
shout out-
Wait.
No.
Not Ye Ali.
Not Ye Ali.
Mixed by Ali.
Mixed by Ali. Mixed by
He
Ali.
mixes a lot
Shout
of
out to
Kendrick
Ye
stuff.
Ali, though.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
that's
it
I
was
was like, that's
Ali.
why you said it.
Nah,
I gotta check that.
Nah, yeah.
But he mixes
Mixed
all
by
of
Ye.
Kendrick
That
stuff.
nigga,
Yeah, 'cause
Ali
he's
follow me.
TDE.
He working with Kendrick.
Hold on, let me check.
Nigga,
Let me.
Nah, me too.
I'll make
That's my
sure.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might have Ye on my album this year. Who said that?
Let me check that. You said it, not me.
Who said that? Who said that?
Keep
Who
it
said that?
working, bro. Keep working.
Keep working.
I ain't mad.
But wait, I have
Yeah.
a really good sentence that I love from.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of Craig Jenkins
by Ali.
from Vulture? Like he's like a music critic that I like really respect.
From Vulture?
Yes.
Okay,
Craig
yeah.
Jenkins, and he had this sentence. He goes, "Morale is a perfectionist swan dive into his imperfections."
Oh my
And I feel
God.
like for me that sums up what the album was.
Yes.
And I can't. I need to sit with it because even on the way here, I was listening to it because I'm like, oh, we have to pod. You know, we're podders.
You know what I'm
we have
saying?
to talk about it.
That's right.
But then I don't know. Like my opinion changed even today. So I really want more time to sit with it.
Was
I
there a
really-
song him talking about his dick?
So
Probably.
he was
said
talking about
something
eating
about-
ass.
He was eating ass and
Him
something
and
about
Summer was talking about eating ass on Purple. I think that song was called Purple
Purple
Hearts.
Hearts.
Purple Hearts, yeah.
Purple
Yeah,
Heart.
it's talking about eating ass.
What is it, shut the
And
fuck?
somebody
I
said
liked
he said
it.
something.
I
He had a
liked it.
small meat.
What?
Oh,
I ain't
well,
catch
he was
that.
I don't know.
when he was
Honestly,
arguing
I'm
with the
not even
girl.
trying to be funny.
Oh, yeah.
She
I
said,
saw
"You
a
little
tweet.
dick nigga." He said, "You still fucking this dick though, bitch."
Oh, okay.
Fuck you talking about.
But that
You
is
love
so
this
true.
dick,
Like
bitch.
Yeah.
you can't. If you genuinely want to insult a man, you can't call that you slept with. You can't say his dick is little because you still slept with him. Like
It still hurts
that's
if
a
a girl
bar from
says
a
that
woman.
too.
I mean, but like
No, yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying
But then you
on
can say,
top of
okay,
it.
well, you sat on this dick. Like you could. I don't know.
yo,
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I ain't never used that one. I ain't never used that one.
Wait,
You
but he
still
just
sat
said
on his dick.
No, he just
I ain't
said
never
that.
used that. Nah,
He
I
just
never heard
said
that.
that. You just said that on the. Didn't
You
you
still
just say?
sat on his dick?
Wait, didn't Kendrick just say
You
that?
said that. That's your
No, you
bar.
said that.
Oh shit.
You said it now.
That's your bar.
Shit.
You said it
I
now.
thought you guys were saying that's what Kendrick said.
That's
Nah.
your bars.
You sat on his
Yeah.
dick.
That's
I've
So,
never,
yeah, so-
I've never used that one.
So saying a guy's
yeah.
dick is small is not really like a. It's not giving
It's
what.
still
Nah,
sat
it
on
is
his
given.
dick.
Really? Okay.
That's always given if
Yeah,
a woman
saying a
tells
nigga
you.
got a little
Okay,
dick.
never mind.
That's
They don't think about
always
the
given.
intercourse. They just think about, yo, oh my God, you know what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because then after hearing that,
Yeah.
like after you hear that, you're really thinking like, damn, is my dick small?
Yeah.
Now
That-
you
that
no,
might
no,
have a whole
Can I say
10
something?
inches.
Can I say something?
You might have a-
If you're in your mid to late 20s, you know if you have a big dick, a small dick, or a medium dick.
I don't know
right?
because
So-
you know what you got.
all the
You know
women
what you
could have
got.
been lying to you.
No,
saying
no,
that
no.
your dick was
Well,
big.
if
No,
they
no,
did,
no.
I'd get out the
No.
remote.
Listen.
Results matter.
Hold on.
Okay.
You'll get out TV remote.
Listen,
You know
I
they
said
got
this.
different flavors and
You know when the
sizes.
curls
I said
curl?
this-
You know when the toes look like this? When the toes.
Listen, you horny bastards. I've said this to niggas many times. The way you know where you stand is think about the common thing that every girl has said about your dick. And whatever that common thing is, that's who you are. Because that's it. So when you get multiple girls say, you got a big dick, guess what, my brother? They don't know each other. And you got one.
And look, and if you want to be
You
even,
got one.
and
If
if
they
you want,
all make the comment,
You got a strong.
Yo, why production, man? Hype.
he got
I
mad.
ain't even gonna say no
he
names.
said, my shit
Yo,
crazy.
production is crazy back here.
hey, if
Yo,
you
y'all-
if you're feeling real curious, go ahead and grab out that Verizon remote.
Look at your stick.
What
Look at your ruler.
Look what I
Verizon
used to do back in the day.
Verizon.
Because the remote will tell you.
I will never change the
The
channel.
remote, look, the remote going to
Listen.
No, because you know how big a remote is.
I will never change the channel in Alex's house anymore, ever
Don't.
again.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you
All
safe
right,
now. This
the
is years ago.
next- He said, no, not today.
You safe
I don't do
now.
that no more.
Yeah, I don't do that no
Like,
more.
my dick is my dick now. It ain't growing no more than it
Puberty
is.
pass. Puberty's good. You
Yeah,
good?
I'm good. I hit puberty. Everything good.
All right, good. Hair on your nuts and
Yeah.
all that other good shit. Yeah, the remote was good. There was a few things. Well, now, the cell phones wasn't around when I was that young. Like,
Nah,
put it
for
against
me,
the cell phone.
I think the gauge for me is like when you younger, your pee sound mad light. But then when the pee sound heavy when it hit the toilet,
How
you
did
like,
we get
oh,
here?
I ain't gonna lie.
like, oh, I'm a man.
There's a sound. Your dick hit the water. Can I say something? Your dick ever hit the
Yes,
bowl?
yes.
That shit
That's
blows
disgusting.
mine. I be feeling like
I
I
shower
got
right
something.
after.
That's disgusting.
Your shit hit the thing.
Yo, look at this.
All right, Pierre OD and Pierre.
Nah.
Nigga Pierre did like this, y'all.
Nah, cause you
Nigga
don't be expect. You just feel a little splash by the bottom of the toilet. You like, oh,
Wait,
no, my
how
dick.
how do men take shits? Like, where do you put it? Is it above the
it just
rim?
dangles.
Dang,
Honestly,
it's just there.
It just
Honestly,
dangles.
you know what I mean?
you tuck it in. You like there's a way you gotta sit. Like you gotta sit and kind of like lean in a little so it don't hit the fucking
Nah, I just let
commode.
my shit dangle in there.
Cause it'll hit the commode. You're a nasty nigga.
Wait, what?
You're a nasty
Let my
nigga.
shit just dangle in the
This
bowl.
nigga got a yeast infection for
my shit
sure.
just-
Yo, you don't shit in public, right?
Nah, just my career.
You a nasty
so
nigga.
I don't shit in public. I just let my shit dangle.
You
in
one
the
of them niggas that don't shit in public? You niggas are weird. I will shit I will shit where I
Bro,
gotta
I be
shit.
some of them bathrooms, boy. That's where my bouginess pop out.
So you don't go. So you'll go to a friend. So you'll go out like to the mall. Like you in the mall, right? And you like, damn, I gotta shit.
Yeah.
You're not gonna shit in the mall.
I'm driving all 30
That's a
minutes
wild nigga.
driving
I'm gonna
all 30.
shit
I
in this
can't do
mall.
that.
I
You
can't
can't
do
shit.
that. Can I
You
tell
know,
you a real
I
bad
can't
story?
even do it if I wanted to because my body feels uncomfortable and it won't like
First
do its
off,
thing.
It won't come
First
out.
off, let
It
your,
won't do its
first
thing.
off, let your dick dangle in the bowl.
That's
You're doing
OD.
too much.
That's
Yo,
OD. That's OD.
It's so crazy. You
My
guys,
fault,
when
my
you
fault,
make these
my
statements,
fault.
you guys look at each other right in the
fault.
eye like, yo, let your dick dangle.
My fault,
Let
Reg.
your
My
dick
fault.
hit the bowl.
Pause, my bad.
No, wait.
Honestly, tissue.
All right.
Put the tissue down. Yeah,
There
when you
was,
sit.
there
Nah, I'll
was
let my
this
shit just
okay,
go.
this is controversial, but there I think you'll like this statement. Like
Okay.
there was this scientist or like she was very like I forgot her name, but she like studies, she's like a chemist or some shit. She was
Studied
like
dicks?
no, she studied bacteria and all that stuff.
Yeah.
She said people who were like, ew, I can't shit in public toilets. She's like, that is like not valid because all the harmful bacteria, quote unquote, like dies in like a few minutes. So there's nothing dirty on that
The Need to Know podcast.
public toilet.
That's why I take shits.
But I'm not saying I support it. I still don't do it. But
Right.
like
But
she
you-
said,
what-
like, yo, it's not a porous surface. So
Right.
there's no way for the bacteria to live.
hold, right.
So just sit down. Like
Then
you're
what
not
be that
gonna
little brown shit on the little seat?
Oh my God.
If
No,
that ain't bacteria, what be
Hold
that
on.
little shit on there?
Now
She's like, I
you're
don't support
on to
this.
something.
What's the nastiest
brown
place
on
you?
there?
The
what's-
nastiest
what's
place
the
I've shit?
nastiest place you've taken like a public shit?
Oh man.
Because for me, like,
Oh, that
Wait,
is
Pierre
not
said a
okay.
gas station
a
bathroom.
gas station
Get out.
bathroom.
You've done it?
Get out, nigga.
Yes, on tour. I
Oh
got no
my God.
choice.
I did that.
We pull over
Yeah.
and you open that back. No,
I've done
you know
that
when
too.
you know the
It's bad.
bathroom back
Nobody
to be
cleans
nasty.
that.
When you
Yeah.
ask the attendant
For the
yo,
key?
can you when you ask for the key and it's attached to a wooden block
Yes.
that
why
says
did they
bathroom.
No,
used
that's
to
like
do
every like
that?
bodega. Like that's every deli.
Yeah,
in
but
a-
those be the nasty. Like I know
Yeah.
I'm about to walk into a nasty bath. When I got a key for the bathroom, it's like this because they probably had a issue with crackheads or something like that. So I know this bathroom is nasty. And I be pissing. I be like, oh my God.
Be a little-
And
be a
I don't
little-
even want to. I turn on the water. I get a piece of tissue, wrap my hands in tissue, turn this shit on. That makes me feel weird. That I
some-
won't take a shit in that. Like I won't take a shit
Oh,
in
that's what I'm
those.
about to say. Cause there be some brown crumbs on the top of that.
Now that's fucking. I'm not sitting down on a brown crumb
some little pebbles on that
in
shit.
fucking
know what I'm saying?
Redding, California, or
Yeah,
something when you
shit
stop.
bad, shit
Yeah,
bad.
That's
so
disgusting.
You can
Yeah,
shit.
man.
I shit. I'll go to the mall and
Yeah.
shit. Airport bathrooms are nice. I shit in airport's bathroom for sure.
Absolutely.
Top tier
plane
bathrooms.
is fire.
I've never
Shitting
shit
in the
I don't
air?
shit. I don't use the bathroom.
shitting in the air.
Shitting in the
no,
air?
No, but the
I don't use the
bathroom is
bathroom.
so
You gotta try
tiny.
that.
It's so tiny. Even
Yeah.
for me, and I'm a very small person, I can't even
Y'all trust
comfortably
that?
do that.
You gotta make niggas pay that sit next to the bathroom. You just gotta give it
Oh,
up.
yeah, that's
like, oh, you thought you was getting the
Oh,
cheap seats,
You've had
right?
that seat. You've had that seat next to the bathroom.
I violate that seat. I don't use
When they
that
open
seat.
it,
Yeah,
it
be
smells
so
like
bad.
a
It be
wet
so bad.
fucking towel. Like it just
Y'all
smells
should be arrested.
nasty. I can't see
We
shit.
in
I'm
the
blind.
air, 50,000 feet up, and y'all just trapping me with bad aromas. Y'all should be arrested.
My friend, I never shit in the air. I never piss in the air. I don't use the bathroom. I wait
Oh, you don't
until
even piss in the
I
air?
will not piss or shit.
Really?
That I'm claustrophobic. That bathroom is so
It is.
unbelievably
It is.
tiny,
Yeah.
bro.
It is very
I be
tiny.
sitting in there and I'm like, wow, I'm in the air, my dick out.
Yeah.
There's 100 people outside
You're,
this
like,
very door.
wobbling.
We're
Yeah.
wobbling. It's just I'm like I'm sitting until it's time to go.
When flying to LA, you gotta use the bathroom.
You
I
have.
literally don't. I'm
That's
dead
a
ass.
short flight.
I'm nice. I piss right
That's a
before I get on the
short-
plane.
Six ain't short.
6 ain't short.
a
Oh wait,
short
you
flight?
want to other
Oh, you
countries?
wanna-
She
yeah.
going to other
Yeah,
countries.
well, you be fl-
she
yeah,
going to other
she's-
countries.
she
She tripping.
global,
She
my fault.
tripping.
You could hold your pee for 6 hours.
I super can.
I
Yes.
won't.
I have a.
I love me.
He's like,
What are we doing?
You know, women have a harder time like holding their piss Because they have
of course,
shorter urethras.
Yeah, because John will go to
makes
brunch
sense.
and everything. He won't have to go for like until like after. But I already went like 6 times.
Yes, and it pisses me off. My
Yeah.
chick, I'd be like, yo, bro, come on. Like
It's not
literally,
her
I'd be like,
fault.
pee before we leave, bro. But we
I've
get
heard a
this
lot
shit
of men complain about this. Like, yo, my girl makes me pull over
Yeah.
every 5 minutes, but we can't help
always
it.
gotta pee. I'm like, you always gotta pee, bro. What the fuck?
help it.
Stop peeing.
Yeah, I just let it go. Like anything. It gotta go.
You would piss outside still?
bro.
You would piss
Yeah.
outside still?
Still,
I would never do that.
I just
shit.
did it yesterday.
Even I would piss
Word.
outside. College days when we were out crazy, like partying and shit, like we would just like,
Piss outside?
Piss.
There's nothing funny than a woman sitting outside pissing.
we'll make sure we have napkins, but it's happening.
When I see a girl
I'm not
pull her-
gonna fake for
that
yeah.
shit
You know
makes
what's-
me
you know-
laugh
you know
so
what's
Because we have
hard.
to squat.
Yes, you have to squat and then you're like, and then you see this little string of
I'm
piss come out.
actual-
Your bodies are weird. Sorry.
Y'all ever shit outside?
I haven't.
That's a rough day. I don't think I've ever had
Y'all
to,
ever shit
had to do that.
Y'all ever shit out? Nah, for real.
What's
Keep it a
going
bean.
on?
Like
Hold
we
on.
talking about it
I
all
ain't
right
shit.
now. Like
Drew.
Why are you putting on the
okay.
spot like that?
I'm asking the cast. I'm
Oh,
asking
nah,
us.
shit.
Oh, us? Have we?
Devon.
I've never had to shit outside. I am blessed.
Never had
Blessed.
to shit outside.
Never had to do that.
Thank you, Jesus.
I've never had to do that.
SaVon, stop talking. I think you are about to drop a bomb on us. Ooh, child.
He was like, really?
Yeah, like I thought that was standard in like childhoods and shit.
No.
You never play hide and go seek and didn't want to get found and just sat in that spot and just had to go.
You
No,
are
SaVon.
sick.
Bro, I
Wait.
didn't like losing,
No,
bro.
we need to get you therapy.
Wait. No,
Yeah.
this is. Be very careful if you open this up because how did you wipe? Like, how did you?
There was like
Look how bad he don't want to
See,
lose.
like,
There was what?
beware. If you want to tell us a story, you have to.
I'm not
was
gonna
what?
do that. I'm not.
No, you're gonna
just
do
no
it.
one got white.
No, you're
Just
gonna
no
do
one got
it.
white.
What did
We
you
have
do?
a
I
bigger
took care of
audience
it.
now.
What
so
did
you
you
have
do?
to-
care of
I
it?
took care of that.
You
with
used
two
some
leaves, right?
dry
Different.
ass
I lived in
Long
Long
Island
Island,
leaves.
so it was mad leaves around.
You wipe your ass with leaves?
It was spring.
I'll be so scared. I'll be
did.
so scared because
I was
your
not
butt can
losing.
get an
I
infection.
was not losing.
This
I
nigga
was
could have
young.
got some butt
But I
infection.
was young.
You could have had a real infection from
I've
that.
shit outside
Kids
3
do
times
such
in my life.
crazy thing. Wait, what?
Wait,
The first
what?
time was when I was like 8. The second time I was on my way to a date.
Where's your parole
I
officer?
was like,
boy.
oh wait, nah,
You
she's
can't
not
shit
gonna catch me.
outside right before a date, SaVon. That is not
You shit outside before a
sanitary.
date?
I had, bro,
He
it
just
was
said
either
it. Yeah,
I
he just
shit
said it.
with her in her crib or she like, yeah.
So you just said, fuck it. Shit outside and then went inside?
all my mans was in the car. And I had to park, went to the bushes.
SaVon is
shit.
that friend that's
You
like,
would
yo, I
never
gotta
know
take a
had to
shit
go.
real quick.
This guy would never
bro.
know
I had
peace.
to go.
I
I
won't
had
bet
to
up
go,
for
bro. I
you.
don't know
This
what
guy's
you
just
want me to
sitting
say.
outside.
Fuck.
Yeah, I had, but I had a car, so I had everything. I had the hand sanitizer, all
Lotion.
the tissues. I
You had baby
I-
wipes?
Fine,
Everything was
I
good.
can-
You had baby wipes?
yeah,
I can
whatever.
live with that. I
Yeah,
can
I had
live with
baby
that.
wipes.
Nigga wiped his ass with baby wipes.
Yo, nah, baby wipes is fire. Can I
Oh,
tell you
wait,
something?
but I do that every
Hold
time.
No,
on.
I know.
Hold on.
You have to have wipes
You
in
ever
your
take a
bathroom.
shit and you know
Somebody's mad.
and when you shit, you go, damn, I'm gonna be here for a minute wiping my ass. Like it's one of those shits that it ain't clean.
It's a lot of it in
You
there.
ever,
It's a
you
lot
ever
of
shit
there.
and you be like one, and you be like, oh, it's lit.
Wait, hold
it ain't
on.
gonna be much today.
Wait, TMI? I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
I think I hold the world record for fastest shits. I can take a shit in 30 seconds.
We talked about this.
30
Because
seconds.
remember, and then Dev made the joke that Alex, when he takes a shit, he's probably like, all right, let's do this. Like,
Like, I bet.
let's get this over with.
Let's get this
Like,
over with. Let's hurry this shit up.
Yeah. That's me time, bro. Like, I
I feel like
enjoy
answering
it.
get like a
emails.
hernia
Yeah.
too long on there.
Nah.
All right, let's do this.
That's
Yo,
when
I
I
think
text the group chat.
that's nasty.
That's
Thank you.
one
Thank
of
you for
the
that.
greatest ideas. Like the inception of this podcast came. I was thinking of shit.
You're disgusting,
I was like,
man.
oh, Dev, Reggie, they would be great on the podcast.
You ever? So my girl recently bought in the house. She bought a fucking.
Poop stool.
I think we talked about this. She
Yes.
bought a poop stool.
I'm a very big advocate.
Fucking
for that.
hate it so much. But
Oh.
she said that's the correct
Yo,
way you're
put
supposed
your
to
legs
poop.
down,
All right,
bro.
my bad. You right. My bad.
This
He's
nigga
an
start
eye,
raising
my
his
bad.
legs.
Yeah, it's weird.
Nah, show
But it's a.
Nah, show me how you get fucked.
Nah. Whoa. This is
I'll do the
Need to
honors.
Know podcast.
Hey, yo, mark that.
Yo, what is wrong with my boy, bro? We go
Remember I asked
we
you-
go
hold up,
viral. You
bro,
go
bro,
crazy.
bro, remember
Now
I
play the
asked you-
music.
Hold up, the Rock Boys is back.
Show me how you get fucked is insane.
Remember I asked you a couple episodes ago, you ever been fucked? My
Yes,
bad,
we
bro.
know.
My fault, bro.
We
bro.
know.
My fault. You my guy. My fault, bro. That's my
I'm
viral
done.
twin. Don't do that.
I'm done. I'm done talking about booty
you've
holes.
been open in 2022.
Nah,
I ain't
I've been
gonna lie,
wildin'.
bro.
Yo, see-
Alex used to get real
Yeah.
cringy when we like. When
I
I,
did.
was say, he was
I
like,
did. No, I
yo,
did.
yeah, bro, I ain't doing it. Yo, what the fuck
He
you
was.
talking about,
He
my
was
nigga?
like that.
Yo, what the
I
fuck?
was.
Is,
Shout
yo,
out-
say, my
Shout out
niggas
to
be
the chick
listening.
who turned him out. Whoever the chick is that turned him out. Shout out to her.
Yo,
I don't know
remember?
if it was the chick. I got older.
I got hold up.
Shit fire.
Remember
Like being comfortable in your sexuality is fire.
It's fire, bro.
But see, kids don't know that.
It's
No.
great.
When you get to a certain age, like,
Yeah,
oh, get my
yeah,
shit
yeah.
on. My
Don't
phone. You
give a
about to say
fuck.
something?
Now I was about to. I was going to take something from Patreon that you said on Patreon.
Yeah, just bring it here, right? Yeah.
Can I?
No, go.
I'm asking. I'm I gotta ask.
fucking with you. Just go.
Remember,
Oh, yeah, we
Remember what he said he was gonna do last year?
Oh,
He said he was
oh
gonna
yeah, I'm
try.
looking for a fine freak still. Go ahead, SaVon, say it.
He waiting to get his ass munched.
That's right. Munched.
Munched on.
Hear that?
Nah, word. Like, you know how
Ever
they do
since
at
you
the...
said that, you've
Yeah.
been like super freak man.
Yo, bro.
Naija boy.
Alex, there's definitely a
Night
woman
Job
out
Boys.
there who will
munch
take
on
care
that
of
would
that.
fucking.
Who-
That's a
there's definitely a
delicacy
queen
to
out
some of
there.
them.
I need her to do... You see homie that won the hot dog competition every year? Yeah, I need her to do it like that.
You know that was my uncle? You know that's my uncle? You know Charles Hungry Hardy is my uncle?
Don't tell me that.
Devon, I swear to
talking
God.
about?
What
He
is
love
happening?
he love the meats too.
He likes the meat.
Y'all niggas don't
Wait.
love the meats.
What are we talking about? He won a
You know the Nathan's hot dog eating contest?
yes.
You know Charles Hungry Hardy?
Wait, that's not your.
fuck outta
Wait,
here.
that is not your.
That's my uncle. I swear to God, it's
What
my
do you
uncle.
mean that's your uncle?
It's my uncle.
He
I
showed
will
you
dead
how
call
to-
my mother and be like, Mom, who's Charles Hungry Hardy? She's like, that's your uncle. It's
I
uncle.
boy, he know a
What?
muncher.
Uncle Chuck.
Like, what is
Uncle
life?
Chuck.
Like, what
He,
is
he literally,
happening?
it was weird because he was like the first family celebrity and he became like a food champion. Like he was traveling all over the world like eating food. It was fucking
What do you
insane.
have to say about your Arby's review?
Oh, I haven't spoken to him. This is a dark story. Oh, it gets weird and dark there. So
Okay, we don't have to talk about
Patreon. We'll talk about it on Patreon. It gets. You will not believe the story I tell you about my uncle. But yeah, legend.
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 Meat
Congrats.
Meat legend.
I'm telling you, yo,
Eat
Arby's,
2 hot dogs at a time.
Arby's, if y'all niggas just do the right thing, I'm gonna take y'all meats to places y'all never seen. Y'all gonna be like, yo, we should have hit these niggas up earlier. They got some freaks on that bro, we
And it
have the
works.
meats.
And it
It's for
works.
me. They made that slogan for us. For us. Nobody else
Nah.
would dare
Nah.
touch that slogan.
I didn't even know.
It's divine.
Say-
divine
I didn't even
timing.
know until
That
now.
statement, nigga said, we
Nah,
gonna
but-
take your meats to places you've never
I mean,
been.
that's what
is
we did.
crazy.
Bro, that's what she
Oh
said.
my God.
What happened?
Come
She
on.
did that shit.
That's
You're
what she did.
sexualizing. All right.
She put a meat on. I said, where my meat? So
But like to come up with that slogan,
is
like you have to
satire.
have some of that intention
Yes.
in there.
There's a little bit of tension of that intention for sure. It's a
To
satire.
make a
yeah.
slogan like we have the meats, you have to have.
We
some-
have the meats.
It's sort of
They
like
know.
It's sort of like watching cartoons as you get older, and you kind of hear the sexual
The subliminal
innuendos.
message. Yeah, yeah,
There
yeah.
was mad sexual innuendos,
Oh,
bro.
D. You
But
ever-
we were mad young.
You ever watch Ren and Stimpy?
Yes.
A lot of
Yeah.
strange things
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
yo, it was.
They
was
was
getting they shit off.
fucking each other
Nah,
like
it was.
occasionally, and I was
Nah,
like,
it was. It was.
And we had no idea.
you ever heard the rumor about Bert and Ernie?
I think so, that they
They were
were in a
progressive.
relationship.
That they were a couple.
They were a couple.
I've
I heard
heard that.
I heard that.
I've heard that.
I didn't know that.
And I never thought. I'm
Never
just
thought
saying
about
what I've heard. I'm not saying it's
Yeah.
true, but I remember like hearing. I was like, oh, I never thought about it
They
that
just
way.
look like homies to us.
Yeah, sleeping
They
in the
used
same
to
bed
munch.
and everything. They used to be sleeping in the same bed and everything. I never thought anything of it though as a kid. I never thought anything of it. I never thought of it as a sexual orientation thing. Like
Yeah.
I didn't think anything. But
Because
somebody
you're
put
a
that in my head.
kid. You're
Exactly.
not thinking like
I
that.
wasn't thinking about
These
that.
niggas is trying to teach me ABC 1, 2, 3. I don't care where he put his meat.
Nah,
Like
because
we not even thinking
Nah.
about puppet
'Cause if we-
meats. Look what the world be talking about, bro. Like let these niggas teach the youth.
because
Puppet
why
meat.
Count Dracula just
Count Dracula.
y'all remember
Oh,
Sesame
1,
Street?
2, 3.
The number of the day is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Why was Count Dracula from
You guys
Dykeman?
remember the viral moment where Elmo, he was like balsamic vinegar?
Oh, yo, Reggie, for a month in my house, that's all we was screaming. We was like, pass me the balsamic vinegar. Balsamic vinegar.
Yo, it's Sesame Street. Give us a bag too.
That whoever was
Yo.
playing Elmo that day was from New York City, because it was the voice. It was the voice that he said.
Absolutely.
He said,
No, but it was just that one word. It was
Yes.
like tomatoes, lettuce, balsamic vinegar.
Yes.
Like it was like
I don't
so
know.
tomatoes,
funny.
onions, garlic, balsamic vinegar. What?
Yo, we really
No, we do
like
these voices
have the
too well.
potential to like make so many companies go viral.
No, honestly.
Like we're really so great, guys.
Yep. Drop your
I
ad here.
love us.
Balsamic vinegar.
Like, come on.
Y'all are great.
I'm so mad
No.
Reggie put that shit back in my head because I stopped saying it for like.
Balsamic vinegar.
We were saying it everywhere. Balsamic vinegar? Like a bird. Like Elmo was a bird. I was like, yo, what was that nasty twang he just gave? And word. Shout out to Count Dracula from Dykeman. That nigga was from Dykeman.
From Dykeman.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Like I know
What was
the
the name?
numbers
What
already.
was this song that started like that? I think it was like Lloyd Banks or some shit.
No, stop it.
1, 2, 3, let's go. Oh, it was 50.
Little mama, show me
It
how you
was
do
50.
it.
Hold
Go
up.
ahead, bring your back into it. Shake that ass, girl.
I know exactly what this was.
The fact that you
Oh
thought
my
about that is
God.
disgusting.
This nigga really had Count Dracula.
We
on
went from
this shit.
eating ass.
Hold up, listen.
To
Needtoknowpod.
we went from Kendrick Lamar.
This is my shit. This is my favorite 50. This is my 50 Cent era
Wait,
here.
hold up.
Nah, but Shorty gotta count me down like this.
Wait, what?
But why the beat come in like this?
To eat your ass?
Yeah.
It sounds like
You want to hear that
Sesame Street.
first? So you want
I
to hear
gotta
this
know
before you
what's
get your ass
happening
ate? You're
first.
like,
You can't
1,
just-
2, 3, let's go.
Okay. I'm a vibe.
You just feel the tongue?
Yo.
You just feel the tongue on your ass?
Yeah.
1, 2.
2, 3,
Let's
and tongue.
go.
That would be fire.
Don't that sound like the Metal Gear
Yup.
Solid?
Yo, it sounds like a marching band.
Put your back into
Like,
it. Oh,
back
listen
in-
to the lyrics too.
Yeah. Shake the tongue, girl. Shit like that.
Now that beat
she
go
can't-
crazy.
She can't just throw the tongue in
Y'all
there.
niggas is
without the little
nasty.
count.
I don't know how we came off of the Kendrick Lamar album into so much ass.
A beautiful album.
Yeah.
Yo, Reggie, real quick though, before we fully get off Kendrick, I don't know what time we got. I know we got some Patreon shit to do. Sign up on Patreon. Yo, I saw Pitchfork once again at it with this album a little bit, man.
What they did? I
What
didn't see
was
them.
there? They rated it 7 point something.
They gave
I
it a
didn't read it, but
they gave it a 7.5.
How was
I
it,
just
like-
what was funny to me is I think the Baby's debut album. Salute to the Baby too, because he
All
does
over
have,
Legos. Sorry.
I think it was the blue cover. I don't have the name on it, but the one with
Baby
the
on
bl-
Baby?
I think that was Baby on Baby.
Okay.
They gave
Love
that,
that
album
album.
the same rating.
Okay.
So just I say this to say, don't let people think for you. Please.
That is really just the most important message.
Absolutely.
Like really, just
I saw a lot of people killing this album when it was released, and I couldn't wait to listen to it because
Kendrick's?
yeah,
You said people killing
you
it?
I saw
really
people killing
have to. It really grows on you.
Yeah.
If I, there
love
can
it.
be genuinely some people who don't like it.
Right.
We never know. People
Yeah.
have different walks of life, all that. But this one, you really have to like live with it.
Yeah, you have
Like,
to. You have to. It was a real
Absolutely.
album, and that's what I
Yeah.
always expect from Kendrick Lamar: a real, full-fledged, well thought out album.
That
and that's what I
means
get. That
something.
means something.
Yeah.
That's gonna make me think and challenge me, and that's why I put him now
Drake in
for
the studio
sure
right now.
in my top 5. He's in my top 5.
He made a lot of people rush to the studio with this one.
Drake
he
in the
made a
studio,
lot
right?
of
Yeah, I
people
wanted to
rush
rap. I was like, I want to rap.
Yeah,
The
he
fuck
made
am I
a
you
lot of
saying
people
this?
rush to the studio.
I'm
like,
singing like a fucking.
But do we? I have like.
dumbass.
But do we ever want Drake to make like a social commentary type of?
Nah.
No,
Have you ever seen that joke about that?
Yeah. We talked about.
Okay,
It on the,
okay.
but we don't ever want that from Drake ever.
Nah.
With
You know
the
what it is,
platform that he
right?
has.
You right.
I like how he make me feel with hookah. smoke. Like I like how Drake make me feel when I'm around women. I like the confidence that he gives me when I really want to get on some gang. When I want to go to the next
makes
level.
great music,
When I want
like
to shit
music.
on the friends that I was
Yeah,
talking to y'all
yeah,
about
yeah.
early in the episode.
Yeah.
Like when I really just want to get on some. Yo, my nigga, you
Like
can't
some
even see me
petty
go through
shit.
security clearance when we go to the fucking high school reunion because y'all bum ass. Like when I want those bars and that inspiration.
Right.
That's what I don't want none of that conscious shit from Drake.
But you know what's funny? We get that from Drake.
Nah, we
just
don't.
different levels.
We do.
He's talking
about
He
his
just,
son
it's just in
now.
a different medium. But he does. So when I listen to like remember his freestyle on the Kanye West song, where he said, and whoever got that BlackBerry,
with the side scroll, sell that motherfucker to any rapper that
I know, bro.
'cause
He's
they
giving
need
us
it
these.
much more
He's
than I
giving
ever
us this
will.
type of music, but just
Conscious?
his way. That is conscious.
No,
He's
I think
reflecting.
no, it's conscious rap.
conscious,
That's why
yeah.
I specifically asked. Like I said, social commentary, like politics.
on so
Yeah,
okay, so more like
yeah.
more political and
I don't
social.
I don't want Drake to do that, Reggie, but I don't think personally Drake was really fully happy with Certified Lover Boy. I'm
Why you say that?
I'm adamant on it. I
Why
can
you
just
say
tell.
that?
How do we
I
know?
could tell.
From
I can
him,
tell.
you saying that he wasn't satisfied
The
with
way-
how it was received?
Just him in general in terms of the greats releasing, when it like Cold
Oh,
Drop.
he's probably like, damn. Like
I'm telling you, when he's in hindsight looking at the field, I'm telling you, because we done had Kendrick now, we done had Cole now, even Future. Future is one of the bigger acts. I'm not saying he's conscious. I'm just saying personally, I don't think he's fully happy still with Certified Lover
I think
Boy.
he's feeling. Well, I can't
I think I got him
speak
right
for.
back
I
in
will
the
never know, but maybe he's kind of feeling the pressure now for his music to have that message. Maybe he is feeling that pressure.
Especially
I will
coming
never
off
know,
of-
but I would assume.
You know what I
so.
do want to hear from Drake? On a serious note, I want to hear him talk about fatherhood.
And he speaks about it a little bit.
I want to know. I want to
Touches
hear
a
him
lot.
He
talk
touches-
about fatherhood. Like,
Okay.
I also want to hear his thoughts on how him being a father was exposed. Because it wasn't an
He never
announcement.
talked about that?
I've never heard him say, "Hey."
He just said, "I got to get that
Yeah,
nigga
like
back for that
what
one."
was that like?
He
Like
co- he
I would
sorta-
love to hear like because he does have nuance to him, but we just
Okay.
don't really hear it.
Okay.
So I think I may not want to hear him talk about the political climate because first off, he's not from this country, so his plight
That's a
may
good
be a
point,
little bit
SaVon.
different. Like
That's a
I
very
don't
good
know if I want to see him marching and all that stuff because bro, that's not where you from, and that's cool. Like I respect that. So I do want to hear introspective Drake,
Sure.
but maybe from a different perspective of like, yo, fatherhood is this, is crazy. This is what I'm dealing with my
Yeah.
son.
Right.
You know, the way that Adonis was introduced to the world, I didn't really like it because of this. or whatever the case may be, like,
He did
I want to
that.
hear his thoughts in
He
that.
did it on March 14th.
March 14th,
on
yep.
Scorpion.
He
He did it a few. He said a
did.
little something, but you know what?
I can't lie,
I'll
he
be
has,
honest with
yeah.
you. When I think about from an artist perspective, I think about Drake, and I go, okay, well, he has a wide variety of fans to cater to. One and two, the way you
Right.
always exist in this industry, as far as in the populace, is you got to still always relate to the younger kids to be a part of like. I feel like the way let me retract that. I feel like the way he's done it is, the way he's always stayed relevant for all of these years is he's always made sure that he's still relatable to those kids. I feel like he's always made sure he's still relatable to the kids. So for me, as far as his brand is concerned and his fan base and how we receive him, I just think that introspective for him is like the Duppy freestyles or
Yeah.
when he's talking about, yo,
Yeah.
niggas, watch your niggas around you, like when he giving us game. That's what Biggie used to
Because he's
do.
also had songs about his mother.
Jay.
Talking about growing up, you know, with the dynamic between his family. We've heard
He does
He
that.
sprinkled it.
I think he
Yeah.
talks
He
from
sprinkled
his
it.
perspective
Yeah.
as far as how he sees the world.
Yeah.
Which ultimately lets us know his viewpoints on things. You know,
I
as
just-
opposed to
yeah.
saying, well, Trump, yada yada. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't. I don't think he'll ever give me that.
I think the
don't want
response he got from Certified Lover Boy had him right back in the studio, and I could be wrong as hell, but I'm sticking on
It's
my
an interesting
opinion.
take.
I don't think bro was as happy as we thought it was.
Certified
Lover
Boy.
We'll see though. Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Speaking of Drake, he is the leading Billboard Award music winner. The Billboard Awards was this past week. We are a big proponent of R&B on this podcast for several reasons. Not only do we have an R&B star here, independent, the one and only.
Yeah.
Seriously, you're a star of mine.
No, he's a star.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Dead
I
ass, no,
I'm dead
seriously.
ass. I'm not laughing when I say that.
I believe you.
It's
I know you're not. I know you're
very,
serious.
very
Absolutely.
serious.
Not only do we have Devon Terrell here, but we're also all fans of that genre of music. And I know Doja Cat, she won a lot of awards in the R&B category.
I think that's the only award she had won actually.
Oh, well, even
was only one?
crazier.
Let me make sure.
So
yeah.
when I hear R&B, I don't think of Doja Cat. But before we got to that, there was something I wrote down on my personal list that I wanted to cover.
Yeah.
It was in regards to Travis Scott.
Okay.
he did
Now,
perform.
Travis Scott seems to be embraced by the industry again ever since that whole I don't even like what I really want to call it.
Occurrence.
What I want to call it, I won't say, but
Go ahead. Don't.
it was disturbing.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
event.
we spoke about it.
It was
yeah.
disturbing. We spoke about it in depth on previous episodes. We've all, or most of us, have been to a Travis Scott concert,
Yeah.
so we know what that energy is like. We've seen him in that light, in that space before, and so the Billboard Awards was almost like his welcome party where we see him with Diddy, and Diddy's like, "Yeah, my boy is back," and this and that, and it's like, all right, cool, great. Stop for a second, and for me, it's a little disturbing because there's still people grieving.
Yeah.
And I know he gave an interview with Charlemagne. I know he fumbled his words on his Instagram Live. A lot of people said he didn't really look genuine when speaking about the events. A lot of people said he didn't really handle it the best. And obviously, we know the backing that he has with his partner, Kylie, who's a billionaire, who has a ton of influence. She can kind of make some things go away a little bit. I just thought it was interesting to see this event in this way embrace him. And I don't want to say repercussions because I'm not that person to say, oh, you should be reprimanded.
Yeah.
But I just feel like there should have
Like,
been a little
damn,
bit more
he's already-
steps.
yeah.
There should have been a little bit more steps
For him to get to this
towards
part.
towards the people who were affected, not just the people that lost their lives, but the people that lost someone and the people that have traumatic, people who can't even experience a concert the same. Like, what was done to comfort everybody else before we propel him back into this light because he makes great music?
So let me real quick. I do want to say
that was
right.
good.
And that's a very good point. And rest in peace to those families with that were lost from that Astro World event whenever that was. But I will say this, SaVon. I think Diddy is the only person that could have done that. that could have gotten us to see Travis Scott right now. Because if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if he's done any shows. I haven't seen any.
I don't think he's done any.
I don't know
shows.
if he's done any award shows as of recent.
No.
So I'll say this, because I did watch the Billboard Awards as well.
Okay.
It just seemed like we Diddy was speaking on behalf of our culture. So to answer your question, bro, I do think that this would have continued if Diddy wasn't in his role. Because he also hosted and executively produced the entire show. Okay. Diddy's a fellow black man.
Of course.
I can only imagine the talks they've had. So I guess that's kind of my answer, bro. I think they were trying to do that, and Diddy is the one that can get us to see him right now.
I'm not mad at Diddy being the mouthpiece for that. Yeah. And I think we were talking off air about allowing the people to choose our leaders, right? Mm-hmm. Don't tell me you're a leader. Let us choose you as a leader.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I think Diddy has been one of those people that we have all accepted and chosen as one of the people in this culture specifically to be like, look, we look at you for certain things. We respect you. We're riding with you. We support you just because of who you are and what you've done. Like, Diddy has earned that. But within that same breath, I think Travis Scott, it was such a traumatic, dark event. Yeah. I just feel like I would have liked to see him be a little bit more vocal or a little bit more active or just something that said, hey, I really do care. I really am taking it serious. Yeah. I haven't seen that. Maybe I'm not looking for it.
No, you're right.
But I just haven't seen it yet. So it triggered me a little bit when I seen, Travis Scott performing at the Wait, hold the fuck up. The last time he performed, niggas died.
And it's funny, when you do help out, you don't know how much is performative, right? I just saw an article, right? That's the word, right, bro? I just saw an article yesterday that said Travis Scott donated $1 million, I think, to the tuitions of black students, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna look it up in a second.
And that's cool. That's great. But
you see what I'm saying? It's funny how we got that announcement same week as Billboard performing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, we don't know what's performative. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
So to you guys are basically saying it doesn't feel genuine as far as his actions and stuff like that, as of the way it's rolling out. It feels like a rollout.
Like someone could have called like, all right, you're gonna be on Billboard and people are gonna talk down on you for performance. So why don't you do something for the kids? How about you go put a cool $1 million? I could be completely wrong. I'm just saying optics and how things look. A lot of the time, us as people, we only think from our position, our perspective, and we're not just able to see how the rest of us can look at things like, oh wow, that it looks a little fuzzy, but at the same token, it's like, thanks for the $1 million. It's a slippery slope.
Okay. Yeah. I think people are still really sensitive about it.
Absolutely.
And as they should.
As they should be. Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
Crazy event. Yeah.
And I'm always a person, I guess I don't mean to sound so cynical, but at the same time I say to myself, oh, well, where does Travis Scott land? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where do we end up with Travis Scott? Is forgiveness in the rear view, in our future?
Sure.
Like, I would really want to.
You ready? Everybody gonna forgive him when that Utopia drop. Travis Scott performed some released music at the Billboard Awards. Unreleased music that's supposed to be on his upcoming album called Utopia. Okay. And we are gonna see fanfare like we always do. So it's funny that we're talking about this because people don't care when the music is good.
You know what?
I hate to say it.
You know what?
I hate to say
That's an old trick.
I know.
The music hasn't been good.
Not even talking about Travis Scott. I'm not even talking about Travis Scott. I'm just saying that's an old trick that a lot of artists
Well, that's how R. Kelly existed
I didn't
for so long.
Say that.
No, but that's what it was.
And I ain't gonna lie, that the shit he previewed on Billboard, it sound like some shit. It sounded
hard.
So it looked like he just gonna be like, all right, watch this. You know, in Men in Black, where they do the forget your memories.
I don't think it's gonna be like that.
You don't think so?
I think this one is a little heavier, man.
Astroworld occurrences was just way too. It wasn't just some little scandal. I don't think it's gonna be collectively like, oh, we forgot.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong because society is so
has to shock me every day.
unpredictable.
If he give them one smash, Reg, like one they could sing throughout the summer.
Well, when's the last time he gave us a real smash?
Yeah, like a Goosebumps or something like that.
Well, a year went. Yeah. Well, that stipend his whole year. Like, realize he was at the peak of his career. He was doing Astroworld Festival. Like, so at the same time, I can't really say he was falling off already. It's like, bro, he was at a peak at that moment, and then that took a year. That was what that happened last
November.
Summer, right? So it's what I mean. At the same time, it's just like everything halted. That's why it feels like, oh, where's he at? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I wish it wasn't so smoke and mirrors. That's all.
Mhm.
I wish whatever
I definitely
conversation
get.
that they did
I'm
have.
siding with like not siding, but
You
I
understand
get
what
what
you're saying.
SaVon is
Yeah,
I
saying.
get the
Like,
sentiment.
that's all I
get it.
want.
Yeah.
Like, yo, let me know where you stand as a human. So
yeah.
now I can accept you as a performer.
How to go
And it's
forward.
also
Like-
like you seeing him there on the screen. It's like, oh wait, did you think we forgot?
Yeah,
Or,
like-
why are you just performing now? Like,
That's it.
That's
see
what I
you
think that million did. Yeah, it was like, hey,
Well,
I care
think,
about y'all.
I think the reason why it hits us, it still stains so hard is because we physically saw it. I think a lot of celebrities, you know, their crimes that they have dealt with, we
They
don't
go and
physically
see
see it. We just hear about accusations and stuff like that. But this we
Yeah.
physically
Yeah.
saw. So that's why I think it's
It
gonna.
looked
It's
like
living.
hell.
Yeah.
It's
It
living a
looked
little
I
like
longer.
hell.
remember like
Yeah.
That was a hard one.
seeing like the morning after and seeing. I remember that so vividly.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
too.
It struck me so hard.
It was odd.
It looked like
Seeing
hell.
the lifeless child. We saw like the child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, I
course.
think
You
I
know how
understand where people are coming from,
Yes.
and you know, at the same time, prayers to all involved,
Yeah,
and
always.
you know, I hope that everyone finds themselves on the other side in a positive direction.
And,
at some
while
point.
we're here, you know, giving thoughts and praise and rest in peace, we definitely have to mention that horrible, terrific terrorism,
oh,
my
that
God.
act of
In
terrorism
Buffalo.
that was committed in Buffalo.
yeah,
All right, to those beautiful people, Celeste. I'm sorry, I don't want to mess up their name. Celestine Shanae, 65. Roberta Drury, 32. Andre McNeil, 53. Catherine Massey, 72. Margus Morrison, 52.
older people.
Hayward Patterson, 67. Aaron Salter Jr., 55. Geraldine Talley, 62. Ruth Whitfield, 86. Pearl Young, 77. I think it was important to highlight those names and ages just for us to kind of, you know, understand. Imagine being in the supermarket. Imagine your aunt,
Grandfathers.
grandfathers, your uncles,
Yeah.
your aunties.
Yeah, there's a
you know?
thread on
Yeah.
Twitter by N Del Rigo. She tweeted like their picture, their name, their age, and like a story of like what they were doing that day,
Wow.
given from probably like their families and stuff like that. And a lot of like people were grandmothers, and then it said like she was just stopping at the store getting something to eat before visiting like her sick husband. Like there's a thread. I think if you have time, like go read it just like to honor them and really see them as people, like just
Yeah,
like
not
picture-
just yeah.
It's sick.
yeah,
This is
like actual human beings. That were
And he
like,
was
oh.
carried away in cuffs.
Yo, 18 years old, drove over 200 miles from his part of New York just to come to an impoverished black neighborhood because he know what he would find. It's disgusting. It's nasty. It's
Yeah.
it's overwhelming after a while, man.
It's
You
it's a horrible situation.
yeah.
That's
You know, at
crazy.
the top of the pod, we spoke about, you know, families and father figures, and obviously all of us can connect and identify with our moms here on this podcast. And so, you know, to just think about somebody who's older, who's lived a life, when you hit the ages like 70, 60, 80, even
my
50,
grandmothers and
even,
grandfathers,
you know,
yeah.
even those ages. And as we get older, I think
Yeah.
we even understand a little bit more of that racial undertone that they probably preached to us when we were younger. But when you're younger, you're naive, so you don't really see it as much. You don't feel it. You hear 1976 when you're
Yeah.
6 years old, you think
Right.
it's forever ago.
Yeah.
But as you get older, you see the world from a different view, and you're like, that's
Absolutely.
not
That
that
far.
long ago.
Yeah.
So to imagine what somebody who lived not even a full life, because 50, 60, 70, you lived a great life at that point, but it's not over.
Not
It
over.
doesn't have to be
It
over
doesn't
at
have
that
to
age
be.
for
That's
a
true.
lot of people.
That's
So for it to end that way in the act of
Disgusting.
racism, not just
Disgusting.
terrorism,
Live
but
streamed on Twitch.
racism
that you have been dealing with all your
that
life.
you've dealt with all your
Yeah.
life.
Right.
You've seen it all your life.
Right.
You've experienced it. And for that to kind of be the way that it ends to an 18-year-old, somebody who hasn't been on this earth a quarter of the time as you've been here,
Right.
you know, like
Right.
it's just sad. It's heartbreaking. I empathize for anybody who lost anybody in this tragedy, excuse me, and any other tragedy related to something like this, with the motive, especially of racism.
Yeah.
I want to say maybe a year ago, it was Stop Asian Hate. We still on that. It's still protect black people. It's still protect women. It's still all of that, because these events is what we remember, and then it goes away. But the families who got to live with that, the grandson who got to say, yo, my grandmother was killed
Yeah.
in an act of racism in 2022.
It's just-
It lives on forever. So, Alex, thank you for bringing that up.
Absolutely.
And you know, I think all of us here can send our thoughts and prayers to anybody in that community specifically. And real quick, before we pivot off of Buffalo, New York, like I had a real close friend who lived in Buffalo for a long time, and he was a younger guy, super active. Everything military. He was going to school to be a doctor. He was in the military. He pledged to the fire department.
Yeah,
He was just real active in the
Junior
community.
firefighter.
He's just trying to do everything. You know, he was an overachiever, and he lived in Buffalo for a few years. And he would call me, and we would, chop it up on a video game sometimes. And he would tell me about the struggles that he had just being black in Buffalo.
Wow.
He's like, yeah, there's a large black community in Buffalo, but I didn't grow up in Buffalo, so I'm not gonna be in the hood like that.
Right.
So
Right.
the area that I'm in Buffalo is predominantly white.
Right.
And I'm black, so I came up here because I got an opportunity to work in the hospital. I'm trying to be a doctor,
Right.
but I'm in all these spaces. So not only am I black, but I'm in a medical field where it's not many of us as is.
Right.
So now I feel the undertones. It's harder for me to kind of progress. It's harder for me to make friends. It's harder for me to connect with
It's just
anybody.
harder all
It's
around.
just difficult in that area as is.
Right.
So for somebody to drive 200 miles there to do what he did,
disgusting.
I just think it's
With
horrific.
intent.
And I really, really hope this puts a spotlight on some of our leaders, like we always say, please, please do something about something. And I'm not here to talk down on guns. I know some people are real strongly about their firearms, and niggas love their firearms more than they love black people.
Yo,
Let that sit in.
let that sit. Please
People
let that
love
sit.
their firearms more than they like or value black life.
Please let that sit. We so quick to change animal laws and everything else. When it come to weapons laws for the lives of black people, we get real quiet. We start talking about everything else but the people dying. Sit with that, please.
Because I think about my grandmother. I
Sit
think
with
about my
that.
grandmothers. I think about all the time, yo, honey, what you want to eat? Let me go to the store, grab you something real quick to eat. And her not returning home,
Bro, I can't.
Oh
even,
boy, say.
it being recorded on Twitch like it's a video game, like it's Call of Duty.
Some sick people, man.
It's all
sick
bad.
shit.
It's all sad.
And the sad, one of the saddest part is he actually believed everything he did was correct and right. So again, there's people there's people that don't have your best interests, and you just roam around with them. Please watch them.
And then it's just like, all right, as a community, as people, where are we safe? As
That's what I
black
was gonna
people.
bring up. That
Where are
was
we
a
safe?
community of predominantly black people. So the fact that
Yeah,
he
it was
went
in
out
there.
there specifically to target that. I saw a tweet tweeted by a black person that was like, "Yo, we're not even safe in our community bubble." So what is? I don't know.
It reminds me of Black Wall Street. You remember Black Wall Street?
Yeah.
The story? Well, when,
Absolutely.
there was a bustling city of black people, black stock market, so much. Was it Memphis? Was it
Oklahoma, I think.
Tennessee?
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma. I forgot
Oklahoma,
what
something
city.
like that. I can't remember.
Tell me, find out what city
Tulsa.
it was.
Was it
Tulsa, yes.
And
yes.
they decided to come in and they destroyed that entire community piece by piece, burned it to the ground. And it reminds me of that old, and that wasn't that long ago. What scares me the most about this is when I think about Jim Crow laws, and when I think about slavery, and when I think about even the Rosa Parks incident, all of these events, I go, damn, that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
No,
in the grand
it
scheme of
wasn't.
things, it wasn't even
When we
100
were
years.
kids,
There's
it felt
relatives
like that.
of those people who are
Yes.
here.
Yes,
yeah.
I've heard they have since passed, but I remember hearing stories I remember I was there. We've met these people, and it's just so mind-boggling to me. I think we're making progress. I'm one of those people that are looking. I am looking at the glass half full because we have made progress in a sense of what I'm capable and able to do because of my ancestors. Thank you to my ancestors. That's why I be wanting my people also to not shit on it so much, because I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, they fought for you to have these little things that we have. So show love and always respect what came before me and build upon that. That's my whole thing as far as everything.
When you talk about things weren't that far away, we can end real soon. Bro, segregation ended in 1964.
That's right. That's right. My
Please
mother was
sit with
born
that.
into that. You know what I mean?
Think about my
coming
mom
out of
is-
that.
My mom is right around in that. And
Right.
so just sit on that.
Right. Yeah. My grandmother, I understand something, some things that sometimes I have conversations with her and I'll be like, whoa, that's an old way of thinking. But I
get
know
it.
why.
But I get it.
When I was younger, I never really understood. So y'all know, sports is my vice. Sports is my muse.
Yeah.
That's when I'm not doing this, when I'm not potting, entertainment, sports is how I release. And so
Your words.
yeah, right. So I remember when I was
I was
younger.
gonna laugh. I was like, not the time.
Nah, you laugh at me releasing the sports.
She held that in. She said, SaVon.
Sweaty man. No. So watching sports growing up, my grandfather, he would always root for anybody who had a prominent position that was black. So he could give a fuck about the teams. He could give a fuck about the players. He's like, oh, they got a black head coach. I want them to win.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a black head coach. I want them to win. He would always say it. And I would always look at my grandfather like, man, do you know Randy Moss is on the other side of the ball, nigga? I want Randy to win. Like, I was rooting for the players because as a kid, that's what you identify as. You don't realize you got to be in a leadership position. And as I got older, I found myself rooting for coaches and people in those positions, not because I know them, not because they could dribble the ball really well or whatever the case may be. It's simply because I know what it took for him to get there. I know how short the leash is for him to lose it, and I want to see him win if I don't have another horse in the race. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's just small things like that. As you continue to grow, get older, see the world for what it is. Again, that it's a horrific story. I cannot imagine. I also want to shout out to all the grandmothers, all the mothers, grandfathers, the elders who have paved the way for us to be able to do what it is that we do.
Thank you so much.
We're
so grateful, honestly.
Exactly. That's
So
what
grateful.
that's what I want to do.
Yes, bro.
Because we rob ourselves so much with hatred. We rob ourselves from respecting our culture and our past so much because we have so much, rightly so.
Yeah.
But we've always missed the point of, wow, I am able to do this. I wasn't able to do this years ago. You understand what I'm saying? So I always do that just to show respect. Like anytime I meet a lot of young dudes and they're just yelling about like they doing this and they're oppressing us this way and this, and I'm like, yo, facts. We got to keep this shit going. But you know what? Man, we lucky.
We so blessed.
Because another thing I always tell people, I'm like, yo, I know this country may not be the greatest place as far as for people of color, but man, let me tell you how happy I am. I actually am here, a place where I can fight, where I can say what I want in certain regards, where I can have the opportunity to. Because let me tell you about some other places out there. It's tough.
It's horrible.
It's tough. So I'm grateful for what I do have, and I'm building upon making it better. And I also have respect for what has come before me. So two things can be true in the same time at this. So we still fighting and we building upon what we, creating here, but at the same time, I have ultra respect for where and how far we came. Absolutely. Always want to say that.
And there was this, just the last point, there was this viral video of, I don't know who it was, and I'm going to feel so bad if it was like a very famous journalist or something, but he was like, he got really emotional on air covering this Buffalo shooting because he was like, I've done this 15 times within the last 2 years. Wow. And he's like, I'm going to do this again 15 times within the next calendar year. Right. Like just SaVon was saying, like last time, not around this time last year, but we spoke about the Stop Asian Hate crimes, and then we spoke about this now, so it's like still happening. And so I'm just thinking about the trauma that the journalists have to go through covering this.
Yeah.
And even me, I've had to because I do news writing shifts, so I've had to pitch in with covering the story as well. I can't even do one without feeling so heavy. So I'm just thinking about the journalists that have to cover these things, and will have to continue covering these things
day in and day out
unless we change some shit. So
I just want to know,
shout out to you guys.
If somebody could answer it, I just want to know how an 18-year-old can get his hands on a weapon like that.
He walked right in the
That's
store.
a question. Now that is
Also in Buffalo.
The gun, the gun.
Anywhere in the United States
but I know, but
of America where
I don't even know.
we are being arrested for minuscule things and petty drugs and parking violations. I had somebody call me about some fucking Easy Pass violations. Like, nigga, go find a person who's carrying an M18, M16. Like, get the fuck off of my phone. Like, what are we talking? Use your resources for that. The way y'all niggas gonna collect your money for taxes, nobody gets away from taxes.
Nobody.
Find out the niggas that are typing in where to find an automatic weapon. Why the fuck do you, like, what are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? Y'all are gonna get y'all money every single time, every single way. Please protect us. Protect us. Because if it was happening in these other neighborhoods with white kids, as soon as the drugs infested the white neighborhoods, oh my God, let's get heroin off the street. Let's clean it up. It's like, fam.
Budgets put aside, efforts made, real efforts.
What are we talking
real
about?
Legislation.
What are we talking about? Somebody, and if anybody's listening who's familiar with this culture, enlighten me on the fascination with hunting animals. going to Africa, hunting lions, hunting deer. I don't get it. Go to the grocery store. You can eat good. Grow chickens in your backyard. I lived in the hood. I seen chickens roam across Fifth Avenue. Like, what are we doing still shooting? That's the real thing in my hood. Like, yo, you know, it's out here. Like, what are we doing still shooting deer for sport?
I will play devil's advocate in that regard.
Please.
Because it comes from a conservation. There's a lot of reasons why, and I don't know which president it was, where our laws are set up like that to hunt for game. It's a lot of stuff.
That's what I'm asking to be enlightened. I'm asking to be enlightened.
I just, you know what? Because we are speaking about guns in this nuance right here, I won't have this conversation in this wrapped in the ball of what we did.
You don't want to
because it'll come off very wrong. So let's save that for another day.
Please, we can.
But to people that are enthusiasts as far as hunting and stuff like that is concerned, there is a reason why that culture does exist in our country. For a lot of reasons. Let's talk about that another day.
We can. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And even for like the type of weapons those people are able to buy or purchase to do it. But again, we'll talk about it another day.
Yeah,
It's a lot that needs to be done.
At the end of the day, what has happened is absolutely it was insane. It was horrible, and something does need to change. I totally agree with that. Something does need to change.
Yeah, and I hope we get the video down. And also, this is a whole nother conversation. But anybody who reposts these videos, I think there should be some kind of penalty to you. I think something should happen. If Elon Musk is going to purchase Twitter and make all these changes, please enforce something like that. Because if I ever have anything traumatic happen to me or somebody who I loved, and I'm able to just click on it and see millions of people watch somebody that I love, that I know, that helped me, who raised me, whatever the case may be, lose their life in that way. Come on, like let's really tackle the shit that needs to be tackled, and that's why I love this podcast.
No, absolutely,
that's why I love this podcast, because I'll be really ready to go at these niggas, bro. If I'm not a politician, so I never want to try and put myself in that lane. But if y'all niggas really want to talk, I'm that guy.
Just last week, I spoke about on this podcast how desensitized we are. I know a lot of people heard this podcast and it went right over their heads. If this is not an indication of how desensitized we are, like there used to be certain sites where we could see crazy shit.
That's right.
I forgot the sites. I'm getting older now.
But
X videos?
Well, no,
not just those.
Not just those, you
SaVon.
horny bastard.
I'm talking about.
We're talking about not porn.
Like dark stuff.
Yeah, like
Newgrounds.
certain
Remember
websites.
Newgrounds?
Huh?
.com Newgrounds?
Yes,
Remember
shit
Newgrounds?
like that. Yeah. We had to go find stuff like Newgrounds where it was like, yo, it was some different content on here that, you know what? People that want to see some of this weird shit could go.
Here it is.
It is now. We are so desensitized that somebody thinks it's comfortable enough to retweet that.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah,
like,
that's
remember Onion Booty?
fucking crazy.
I never forget it.
Yeah, I was about to make a nice
I had
point.
on my screensaver.
You know what I mean?
I had on my
That nigga
desktop.
remember that shit. I had to find that motherfucker.
To
I had
the
on my
people
desktop.
that repost
My
this
bad.
stuff,
We supposed to be
realize
serious.
that
My bad.
you are a part of the problem. Even if you didn't know you were,
It's a
you're
huge problem.
because you're perpetuating it. So it's like same thing I always tell people, how it's like everybody was like F Donald Trump, and it was like, hey, if you don't like Donald Trump, what we should be saying is vote Hillary instead of F Donald Trump. Like that has always been something that bothered me so much during that campaign, where I understood where the anger and everything came from. I totally did. But in order to get the result that we wanted, it's like, let's focus on the
Like
goal.
what we can do.
Yeah, as opposed to just, because I tell you, 2024, it's coming and it's on my. I don't know about. I'm thinking about it.
You're gonna run for president?
Fuck no. First of all, I'd get assassinated because my ideas.
Don't say that.
My ideas, they would take me out. I'd be fucking done. They'd be like, kill
Yo,
this
I don't
nagger.
know. Devon Terrell 2024. That sounds lit.
Yeah,
I'm not
First of all, I
mad.
can't. I've been on this
Everybody gonna be
podcast.
singing
I'll be
R&B.
done. I've ran some
Yeah.
tape back on this podcast and said, I can never be president, huh? Because I thought about, I was like, yo, one day, would I run for councilman? Then I said, oh, no, I'm on this podcast. Too late.
I don't know. Times might be different by then.
No, I've talked about booty in the air.
Yeah, I eat ass and shit. I've talked about some
Why not?
wild shit on this.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I think in the beginning of the last episode that we recorded, you said something about your cheeks.
What happened? What I said?
This nigga said something. You just.
Oh no,
you
the
just-
doctor segment. He was like, "I'll go in their butt cheeks
Oh.
open."
He said something.
Prostate exams and shit.
Prostate exams.
Prostate exams and shit like
you know
that.
that's how it works, eh?
But
You gotta let it happen.
You gotta let it happen.
You know,
Put your butt in the
really,
air for shorty.
I really hope you do
Check
it, man.
you up.
You really wouldn't do it, man? You really wouldn't go get your prostate exam?
I'm not comfortable. I'm
don't
not
you
there
have-
yet, though.
Yes, you have to, Reggie.
I'm not
At the
there
time, you
yet.
40.
Think about your health.
40. 40.
I'm not, but I'm far from 40 right now, so I ain't got to worry about no fingers over there right now.
It's not too far, man.
Okay, young
it's
king.
far, but it's not. But
They
it's
use lube?
far, but I'm gonna push it back
Yes.
a little.
Yes.
They use lube?
They lubricate. Yes, they
might be
lubricate.
all
No, they have to use.
Be all right.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Enjoy the moment, you know?
Yo, y'all niggas is
You're
freak.
there.
Yo, I
Yo.
see. This is
What
what
happened?
all
They
these
have
brothers
to
at.
lube it up
Yeah.
and then feel around
Around.
inside your butt.
So like a rim.
Wait, hold on.
No,
like the rim.
inside. Right?
No, they go
Right.
in your ass.
Inside.
Wait, hold on.
Like,
Because
and
they're feeling,
feel
they feel around because they're looking to see if it's hard. If your
Wait, hold on.
prostate is hard, I think if it's hard,
like lumps or
I
something.
they
can't
go
stick
in.
my
I think
own
they have
finger in
a. I
there?
think they have a device. I think they
Why
have
would you
something
stick your
that
own
goes.
finger in
I'm
there?
not sure if it's the hand or an actual thing, but I
What?
think something. I think they have something that goes up there.
But you
Wait,
can't do
they
it
do-
yourself. I can't check my own
you
shit.
cannot. I don't.
Holy
It's
shit.
longer.
I would
It's
do that.
farther. Your
You're
hand.
not
I
a
don't think.
medical
You
trained
mean that shit
professional,
spin like
SaVon.
the washing machine?
That's what I'm
to,
saying.
like,
Like,
I know what.
that's what
Because
I'm
they're
feeling
medically
for,
trained.
They're
Like-
feeling for your prostate. I think they're feeling if it's hard.
Ooh, they ain't got an MRI.
Look at this
or
nigga
some
trying to
shit?
That's what I
diagnose
spoke-
himself. All
I
right,
spoke
all right,
to,
nigga.
Might be
Yeah,
on-
I
y'all
spoke
got
to
a
John
CAT
about this.
scan?
He was like, "How is there no technology
Yeah.
To not
do
go
this
up my
by
ass.
now?"
Look at men trying
Yeah,
to figure
like-
out men will
Nah.
find technology to not have to go up their ass. Like, yo, bro, we
No, but
gotta
that's a valid
solve
point. Like,
this
why
issue.
is
I
this
don't
the
want that.
only way we can?
It's-
Why is a finger in the ass the only way we could
It's a lot of-
figure this out?
It's
Y'all
a
need
lot
to
of
let
things
it-
y'all just to
let
figure
go.
out. Y'all still ain't figured out allergies.
Just
Look
let
at
go.
y'all, just a sneezing in
You
here.
and this
That was
allergies.
a sub. I get it. I sound nasally, Alex.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have to call me out.
No
like
one said that this
Right.
whole time. I actually forgot and you brought it back up. That
Okay.
she sounds like this. This is Reggie.
I need to go find a
Stop.
cure. That's your problem. I just got it. You see me
Sorry,
got my
guys.
cure.
I'm a little nasal. Sorry.
Needs a little podcast.
Needs
Yo,
no
how come we gotta do
podcast.
that to my
It's
friend?
me.
I'm a little nasal.
You know, I got the
You should not have brought that
I
shit up.
did sound like that this whole episode.
No, you actually sound pretty
You sounded
good.
fine. I feel like you
Yeah.
switched it off. But
Hold
when
up.
you first came in, you was like, "Hey guys."
I ain't gonna lie, man. Before we get up out of here, we appreciate all the new listeners, old listeners, and
man.
all the listeners that
This
don't
was a
really
good
fuck with us.
representation of what's in store for you
It was
guys.
everything.
Yeah.
It was
love
We
this.
got a little,
The numbers is
trauma
up.
unpacking in there.
yeah.
Trauma.
So,
The numbers is up.
Yeah.
The gang is here.
Gang is here. Gang
and
is
we
in the
talked
building.
about shitting. We do that often.
we talk a lot about
we do that
ass
quite often.
and shitting. Yeah, that's true.
It's important.
Yo, Reggie, I am so honored
What is he about
to
to
be
do?
on this podcast.
What
with
is he about to do?
The one and only. This is the
Oh,
only
okay,
way
yes,
to
yes,
leave
yes.
the pod. Go check us out. Shout out to Arby. Shout out to Alex, Devon Terrell.
Not us, because we're not important.
Hey, yo, cut my mic. I don't even want to talk no more.
Stay home.
Imagine going viral without going viral. It happened. We're the first people to be like, yo, I went viral. They be like, where you at? I'd be like, oh.
Look at the bio of the page of the Needtoknowpod.
I'd be like, oh.
They had to click on the little bio, huh?
Hey, yo, that's me right there. Oh, shout out to Arby's. They did send us a care package. They sent us gift
Oh,
cards.
fuck.
They
They
sent
did.
us sweatsuits. They
Yeah.
sent us hats.
Oh, wait, they.
I didn't bring it. I forgot
He
that
forgot
shit.
to bring it, which I wanted to
Next
wear.
week.
I wanted to put it on, but
Yeah.
I will wear that
That
shit
would've
next
been
week.
so
I'm
funny.
gonna
They
put
did
it on.
bring it. I'll bring it next week. And shout out to them because they sent 4 of everything.
That's dope.
Although
Yeah.
there
They
was
knew.
only 2
See?
people
They
in
know
the
what's
clip.
going on.
Yo, Reggie, we
I
was
like
there.
that.
If they sent
4.
2, that would have been wild. Imagine they only sent 2. You would have been.
Nah, I would have felt away.
You would have burnt it. He would have said,
Nah.
"Nah, ain't nothing come."
Nah, Deb, they checked the bio.
God willing, we be back next week, man. Fuck out of here.
I love you.